Which is also probably
We're live. Excellent.
the cleanest middle school stall.
Yeah.
Hey, it still has toilets.
Yo, everyone remember the devious lick phase where people were stealing whole ass bathrooms?
I do remember that.
Yes.
There was
None of us were in middle school for it.
No,
though,
yeah,
thank
no.
God.
We were far out of school when that was happening, but it was the funniest thing because I once saw it was like a tweet before like Musk got Twitter, and the tweet just said, "Homie, I'm sick of this lick shit. I just walked into the bathroom and there were no more toilets in there."
The issue when I was in high school was people vaping in the stalls. I have a great picture of on my phone of like 3 like girls' feet in a stall. And people like soaking like toilet paper in like a ball and like chucking it at the ceiling so that it would stick.
Always. You know what the other fun thing to do is you put a bunch of soap in your hand and then you hit the top of the stall when your friend's in it so the soap gets all over you.
So you were the problem, Nico.
So you were the problem is what I'm hearing.
It happen more than I did
And
it,
you
but I've
specifically
done it
were the
before.
problem because this wasn't happening.
I witnessed it more than I did it, but I have done it. Now, you know what some high school kids do in the bathroom now?
What do they do?
We
Also, way to dox us.
No, they hit the slopes, if you know what I mean.
Well,
They're doing
My high
coke in the
school-
bathrooms.
Yeah, our high school does coke now.
Are you shitting me?
Hey,
Just more publicly.
at least they're not drawing swastikas in the stalls anymore.
I can't confirm nor deny that.
So far.
I mean,
That's
like,
so funny that you say that because mine was a predominantly white preppy school, and
So was ours.
So was ours, yeah.
So is
you'd walk
ours.
into the bathroom and one of two things would happen. Either you'd hear somebody weeping, or you just read the most vile shit on the bathroom stall
Truly.
doors, and you'd be like, I just need to piss. Please.
I just go here, man.
we're just
We're
passing
just
by.
passing
We're
by.
just
We're
passing
just
by.
passing by.
Passing by.
Yeah,
But yeah.
absolutely.
Good times.
No,
Good
no,
times.
for real.
Drew, you're not going to share a beautiful creation with
No.
whoever's watching?
No, we have to put this on YouTube. We'll get demonetized.
I would need to put like a. Oh my.
Are we making money?
No, no. I
No.
mean, there's
Yeah, we can't get
So
demonetized if
fair.
we're not making money.
Retroactively.
I mean,
when
all-
If it's
I mean,
like
I'll
more
happily
than
just-
a couple seconds into it, then I think you're kind of okay.
No, that's for curse words.
Oh, yeah, we're already busted with that. We've already said like.
Just put like do a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the thing. We'll also like if we just switch over like this. First of all, the cameras are fucked up. But
Oh.
yes, this is our beautiful creation,
Sorry.
everybody.
Sorry.
I am.
This is how we would
Where
do
am
the
I?
bathroom stall kind of stuff. Look at
I
everybody.
don't know where I am.
Everyone just went into gremlin mode.
Yeah. Ants.
Wait, what is
The
it?
fact
Like,
that's actual, like an actual thing is amazing.
Wait, hang on. Nico, stay where you are. Hang on.
Here?
There we go.
oh, wait. Oh, wrong way.
No.
Yeah.
Where are you?
No, damn it. There we go.
Beautiful. Oh my god. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
This is art.
Okay, I like it. Picasso.
I was about to say the same shit.
Alrighty.
You can put it back now, Drew. I'm sorry.
Oh
for
no,
this
you're all
fuck-
good. Yeah. So yeah. Look at all this is so. Honestly, the idea of starting out and just being a different just collage of shit every game would be an amazing tradition to have. Yes. Back to things.
Oh, now I'm just down at the bottom of it.
Just
Okay. I roll a 7. Do I hit?
no. Okay.
It's weak. Go Twinkle Dream.
So.
Hello, motherfuckers.
So with.
Go Twinkle Dream.
So with all that, so first of all, hello anybody that's watching right now. We deeply appreciate you being here. So glad you're able to come and hang out. We're currently just waiting for Gab to come in. Gab said she'd be here at 8. It is 8:21. She is tardy and will be knocked down hit points because of that. I am just
Wow. Way to call a bitch out.
it's fine. I don't care.
Public
It's
record
all,
of it too.
we're all just hanging out and having a good time. It's fine.
Oh, has
There you go.
anyone seen the Mario movie?
No.
Too.
It's pretty
Drew and
good.
I saw it. It was good.
it's not
the voice
gonna-
acting. The voice acting's not great, but hey, what are you gonna do?
get better actual voice actors.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood, baby. Money.
You can't
Did
even
you-
see his fucking face.
Did you
Yeah.
pick out, Kate, though, that the actual original Mario voice actor is in the show or
Yes,
movie?
and the fact that they couldn't have him do Mario makes me mad.
I'm not gonna lie, I was talking to a friend of mine. I think I wouldn't know how to feel if the actual voice of Mario was animated Mario and not just the Mario I've always known him as.
I
That's
think
also-
I think
that's
it
also
might
true.
be distracting. Like in all honesty, like it might be kind of grating to hear that voice for an hour and a half.
But
that is true.
Crisp Rat at least could have like put
He
on a
wasn't
little
terrible.
bit of a voice.
He wasn't,
He wasn't
the
the
worst
worst.
part of the movie. He did pretty average.
Yeah. I personally think that Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was the worst one there. Like it did not sound like Donkey Kong. That just sounded like
Why-
Seth Rogen.
But also Donkey Kong doesn't
Why
talk, so
would-
I feel like he gets kind of a pass with that. No, this might be controversial. My opinion, I thought Anya Taylor-Joy's Peach was the worst. In my humble onion.
In my humble idea.
She just
I
sounded
haven't seen it, so I really can't speak to any of
but
it.
she just did her own voice. So
Yeah.
I
It
don't
didn't
want to
really seem like many of them tried except for Jack Black.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Black
Jack Black was the
carried
best
that
part
movie.
of the movie.
Yep.
He
Of fucking
saved the
course,
movie.
Jack Black is the
Peaches,
best part.
peaches, 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 peaches.
Peaches.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And Keegan-Michael Key as Toad was good, and then it just plummeted. Again, because I expected him to do the Toad voice the entire time, which might have been a lot. It might have been a lot in hindsight.
He
but,
I
starts
don't think
singing-
he'd ever be able to speak again if he did that.
Yeah. He starts singing "All I Want for
if they
Christmas Is
hired
You."
an actual voice actor, they would have.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway,
Well, anyway, they're making a sequel, and if there's no
They're making a
Waluigi,
sequel.
of
Yeah.
course they are.
They-
They made $1 billion.
They after
The
credits,
$1
they Marvel Cinematic Universe teased Yoshi. They have to do it.
If there's no Waluigi, we riot.
Yes, we need that. They have to be the villains. Wah. See, I can do Waluigi. There we go.
I'm sorry. I
can
just
do
went
Waluigi.
onto a Jack Black deep dive, and there are so many, like, people also search for, and it's like, does Jack Black like Nirvana? Does Jack Black believe in God? What personality is Jack Black? How much money is, are Jack Black and Angelina Jolie friends?
These are all very specific
I hope they
questions.
How is
Yeah.
Jack Black so confident? What made Jack Black famous? Why did Jack Black change his name?
What was his name before Jack Black?
I don't know.
His name was John White.
Thomas
Jonathan
Jacob
White.
Black.
His name is Armand White.
It's just so many, like, I feel like so many people are just like, why is Jack Black not my friend?
Yeah. He's a pretty cool dude.
Yep.
Want to be his friend?
I'm gonna blow your mind.
Who else? Oh, Cranky Kong was a prominent character for some reason.
But not Funky Kong. Not Chunky Kong either.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen the movie, obviously. But there's a role that's Mario's dad.
Yeah.
they gave him parents.
So,
Yeah,
so
he's got a whole big Italian
that
Brooklyn
actually was
family.
one of the best parts of the movie.
He's got
The
a whole
fam-
Italian family.
the family of plumbers.
Of
Not
course.
just hello, Italian man, you exist.
Of course, Keegan
Yeah.
Key is Toad. Of course. That's beautiful.
I want Willem Dafoe to be Waluigi.
I deeply need that now that you've said that. That's incredible.
Oh my
Good
god.
With the whole first half hour of this goddamn session is gonna be us talking about the Mario
Yes,
movie.
we are at 9
Is
minutes and 20
Wario,
seconds.
is Wario in the movie or no?
No.
No, he'll probably be in the second one.
Hell
Was
yeah.
Waluigi in it?
No,
No, that's
probably
why I
the
said
second
if he's not
They'll
in
be
the sequel,
together,
Yeah.
probably.
they'll be together. They'll
King
probably
Boo!
King Boo was in this
King
one.
Boo's in the movie.
Oh.
King Babam was in this movie.
Mom.
We are Sex Bomb. What is the next part?
Weird to make you feel sad. I think about stuff. Scott here. Oh, you know what? He's just left.
He just left. But yes, Gab will be joining us soon. We're just kind of hanging out right now. But yes,
She says she's turning on her laptop.
perfect.
I hope Daisy was in this movie. She'll probably be in the second.
Probably.
Luna was in this movie, so Rosalina will probably be in the second one.
Oh yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Yes.
What about Yoshi?
Sequel
Yoshi,
baited.
There was a whole like migration of Yoshi in the first movie, and he was hinted at the end.
I need Yoshi to be a good guy and then turn out to be evil to take revenge on Mario for sacrificing him every single time.
Yes.
For, like,
Yes.
just straight up animal abuse.
Yes.
Yep. Deserved.
You punch me every time you want me to grab something.
Yoshi. That's so good.
Thank you.
She does an excellent job.
Fucking curse me.
I need
Make me
it.
Yoshi. Make me Yoshi.
I feel like anyone can do a Yoshi voice if they try hard enough.
Yoshi. Nope.
No, oh my god, the voice crack too. Ugh.
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Hey,
Me Yoshi.
I'd
Hey,
be fine if someone
I'm
did
Daisy.
if Yoshi sounded like that. It was just
Hey
Yoshi.
Mario, what the fuck, man? I mean Yoshi.
look,
I mean Venusaur.
I mean Venusaur.
let's just have.
Dude, do whatever, man. I don't know the moves, man. That's your job, not mine.
I mean
I mean,
Venusaur.
Oh my god.
Let's just have every single character be voiced by Nico.
Yes, I'm okay with this.
Where
Ugh.
are people?
That's
I
Hi Gab.
for being
You got Gab.
I so sorry I'm late. Hello everybody.
It's okay. You'll be doing
go.
detention afterwards.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna
Will
require
you
a
have
500
lost
word
hit
essay.
points?
We lost half hit points?
No,
You lost hit points for being late.
no,
No.
that was a meme.
You
Make sure
actually
we
got
had
reverted
homework
back
and
to-
you're not giving it to us.
You actually got reverted back to level 1, Gab. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, shit.
crap.
We didn't even start at level 1.
We're worse than where we started.
Man,
Oh, God.
really was like, what is that? Like, that'd be 3 steps forward, 5 steps back.
Oh my
I
god.
3
will-
steps forward, you fell off the stairs and all the way down.
There may be a point where I step aside to make some food, but I will be here.
You're all cool.
I will hop, you know.
Do not worry about it. Okay, now that so yes, and hopefully everyone's having a good
Moss
day.
doesn't have a square.
You took Moss out of the thing.
I did.
Moss isn't in there.
You,
Why?
You
This
killed him.
game is
You killed him.
transphobic.
You killed him in real life.
This game is transphobic.
Drew, act quickly.
Drew, you're gonna get canceled. Drew, I'm gonna tweet. I'm gonna go on my twitter.com.
I can't move fast enough. I'm sorry.
Twitter.com. Drew Adamsack
way-
is a raging transphobe.
I can't move
The way
faster than
the
transphobic
horror-
behavior. Hold
Listen,
on.
the way the horror washed over all of your faces was both incredibly satisfying and also the only time that line will ever have any weight.
Yes.
Ever.
Also,
Drew-
I like
Drew,
the
the
glasses,
numbers are running.
Moss.
Moss, Gab said she liked your glasses, but
I
I was
like
loud and
Oh,
overpowered.
sorry. I'm being distracted. Thank you. They're blue light glasses.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
My blue light glasses do not make me look that cool.
Oh, I have pink ones too,
Ooh.
but they're at work. So,
Y'all got cool glasses?
yeah, I got them on Amazon for like 16 bucks.
God damn.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see.
Oh, but
I have these.
that's all.
Yes.
Everybody gets sunglasses
Queen.
feeling you're at a funeral for Arthur.
I don't have my
I'm
sunglasses are
wearing
downstairs.
my swaggy pitties
Oh,
over
man.
my glasses.
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah. Yo, Yorda's hitting the slopes to cope.
Oh my
and
god.
I'm not talking about snow.
Pour one out for my bro.
I'm in my basement and I have nothing.
I'm just gonna do this. I love the blurred on your background, Gab, because it's truly just little you in focus moving around. It looks like you've been photoshopped into your own apartment.
Who, me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No,
you Gab.
no, you're totally cool.
Or
No need to
got
just a
apologize.
virtual background.
I bought flowers, so I gotta
Blurred
touch
out.
them.
Aww.
Like,
I was like, we're
You bought
playing-
flowers for Arthur?
Yeah, we're mourning.
It's a funeral.
Wow, in true rhyme fashion, I was like, that sucks.
yeah, well, you win some,
You're gonna
you lose
lose your
some.
job. You're gonna lose your job, homie.
Well, that sucks, but it's not my problem. I did everything I could.
I did everything I could.
Exactly. You do what
Hey.
you can do.
Listen, you try hurting 5 autonomous human
I don't
living
need to.
beings.
I don't need to.
You see how fucking easy it is.
I don't need to.
And with all of that, any announcements that want to be made before we hop right into it?
I gotta go piss, girl.
Okay, yes, everybody. I'm actually gonna go pee too, actually. So yes,
Go piss,
I'll
girl.
be right
Everyone
back.
watched The Mandalorian. The season 3 was great.
Season 3 fucks, yes, absolutely. And we're gonna be playing D&D after a quick pee break. So we'll be right back.
Did we start yet?
No,
No.
what? No.
Oh, okay.
We've been
know if we
live for
started
15
yet.
minutes talking about the Mario movie and talking about other things as well. Middle school bathrooms.
Peaches.
Thank you, Gab.
I want to go see it just for the memes, and Jack Black is in it, my idol. Oh, has anybody actually seen it yet?
I have not.
Kate and Drew did.
Oh, really?
I have not. I want to though.
Gotta do it.
I gotta watch that, and I gotta watch the D&D movie.
The what?
What?
The D&D movie.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It was very fun.
Oh, whoa. Okay. How much?
The practical effects were really good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if good is the right word.
Better than you were
Good. They were
expecting.
good. That what?
Better than you were expecting.
Well, any practical effects at all is better than I'm expecting. Whenever people decide to do practical effects over CGI, even if it's not perfect, I'm always pleased.
Oh, well, doesn't Star Wars do that? Don't they use more practical effects than CGI?
I think so, at least in the older movies.
I thought they tried to do it with the new
Bring back the golden era of fucking puppets.
Ow.
Bring them back, you
I thought-
cowards.
I thought they tried to do it with the
Hmm?
first one in the newest series.
Practical
probably
effects
did, 'cause
over
the-
CGI.
Oh,
The
okay.
last two in the most recent trilogy were very CGI heavy.
Oh yeah, well that's also because they switched directors, right?
That and they tried to keep a dead woman's character alive for far too long.
Did we somehow slide into a Star Wars discussion in the?
Well,
Yes,
we're
we
talking about
did.
practical versus CGI effects.
Oh, practical
Because we
all
were
the
talking
way.
about the D&D movie. Jonathan!
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 Hug me, brother.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's so good.
Spoilers!
It's not a spoiler. Just the best. You'll know when you know.
Jonathan rocks. All the Dragonborns rocks. Like all the monsters look great. Like
The D&D movie is the pinnacle of practical effects.
No, for real, it is one of the best, like, and this is gonna sound kind of weird, it's one of the best, like, game movies that have come out in, like, a very long time, because usually, like, movies centered around games are ass.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Uncharted with Tom Holland was the best movie ever.
Ugh.
Now it is forever a meme that if you need to do a bad casting, just cast Tom Holland as
cast
whatever.
Tom Holland.
Honestly.
Exactly.
Tom Holland. I don't want to talk to you about bitch
I'm
ass.
like, isn't Nathan Drake supposed to be like a hot, like,
Dad,
middle-aged
like
man?
40,
and they
yeah.
literally sent a
He's
child in.
Middle-aged man, and they
Yeah.
put Tom Holland's
I
baby
didn't-
face.
I saw like the little like Netflix clip for that movie like a million times, and I haven't played the game, but I'm like aware of it, and I never put together that they were the same thing. 'Cause
Yep.
I was like, that's just Tom Holland.
Well, they're
Oh,
not.
really?
Because they're
the
not.
game is Uncharted 4 is so good. I highly recommend it. To anyone watching right now, if you need a game recommendation, if you want more pirate vibes, play Uncharted 4. It is great pirate vibes. And speaking
Drew,
of,
am I allowed to say our name, our title of Uncharted 4?
yes, you may. What is the
Also
name
known-
that we have given Uncharted 4?
Uncharted 4, A Queef's End.
No, sorry, it's Uncharted Whore, A Queef's
Oh,
End.
fuck. I'm sorry. Run that back.
Go, you take it again.
Uncharted 4. Fuck!
I wonder why we're not getting the reach
With the engagement
could
we
with
want.
YouTube.
We're
You know,
so-
it
we're
just
so
seems to
family
not
friendly.
be recommending our
Oh my
videos
God.
for some reason.
I love that we're gonna transition from this energy into
a funeral.
Yes.
Our friend is
A funeral.
gone.
Yes. Okay. And
Well,
with
Drew,
all of
Drew,
that,
Drew, the last thing I'll say is what's not leaving my brain right now is the guy's soprano impressions, and he's like, and Peaches Mario's Guma.
and Peaches
Ex-
Mario's
what?
Guma. You should have known about this.
There's a guy on TikTok who does great like Sopranos impressions, and he did one for the Mario movie where he's like pointing a gun at Bowser, and he goes, "And Peaches Mario's Guma. You in the wrong part
You
of
should have
town,
known
pal."
this. You came to the wrong part of the Mushroom Kingdom. We just got to take you out. I hope I understand. Like it's
Mario
it's
Luigi are
incredible.
Tony's nephews.
It's
Peaches
just
Mario's
business.
Guma.
I woke up this morning. Got shot
shot
up.
up.
Boat.
Big Toady wanted.
No. Ham and Swiss. And with
Okay.
all of that,
Please.
are we
Press
all
square.
ready to play some?
Yes.
Are we all? Guys, Arthur is dead. Are we all
No, he's
excited?
not. No, he's
Play
not.
the music.
He's about
Make
to
us
be.
sad.
Oh,
Man.
he's real to me.
Oh. Yes.
Are we all ready to play
Yes.
some D&D?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Gab, do you have a question or is that a yes? That was a yes. Okay, then let's just pivot. Unless anybody have anything else to say? Any other memes you want to get out of your system? Okay.
It's a funeral.
It is
I
a
brought the flowers.
I'm wearing black.
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Dark blue.
Got flannel going on.
Wow, y'all are so inconsiderate.
I'm that bitch
It
that
is-
shows up in red.
It's charcoal gray. You're good enough.
Then with all of that, let's all take a deep and cleansing breath and then just hop right into it. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, then please join me. And everything after the breath is canon. We pick up, I'm going to say only a minute, maybe 2 minutes after everything which happened during the exorcism happened. Everyone here, I hope this is accurate, is still very much in shock as to what just transpired. Mary revealing Lawman's true name, that being the name of Gazom, Gazom. A portal opening up to an unknown land. Arthur seeing a figure, which you all would know as Eden from your various conversations with him. Arthur and Gazom escaping through that portal, and then the pieces of the broken sheriff's badge exploding out across the temple room. With all that, Mary sinks down to her knees in several inches of sand as the physical embodiment of Lawman has not left this room, at least the particulates which he was manifested into. As the floor is yours, what do you all do?
Can I make an insight check on Mary into how she's doing?
Yes, you absolutely can.
15.
15. It is, as you look upon Mary, her eyes are wide and her mouth is just like slightly agape, and she's breathing just through her mouth only. And as her chest kind of rises and falls, this woman is mortified at just what happened. There's a combination of surprise that she was able to do that at all on her own, but there's also a grand sense of just anger and disappointment and shock at herself because Arthur is gone, because the person that she wanted to save is gone.
I just wordlessly kneel down beside her and just put a hand on her shoulder, just like to ground her.
So you put that, I'm sorry, I'm getting, as you put that kind of hand on her, she, and just kind of breathing like very heavily, with like a shaky hand, you can hear her jewelry like clanging up against itself as she just puts a hand on yours as well, as she just accepts this in this moment. Anybody else want? Yeah, what's up?
What was that? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was about to turn it over to you. What's up?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think as I saw Arthur kind of start jumping in and Lawman coming after it, I'm standing away from the group. I think I would like start running. The portal would close and then I would just like fall to my knees and like head in like my hands, sort of thing, kind of like, mourning.
Understandable. So that's all of her rhyme Kawa Yorda. Anything going on there?
I would like to look for the pieces of the star that broke. That kind of like exploded.
Not a problem at all. Give me an investigation check with advantage, please.
Uh, 16.
16. With that, you're able to recognize that inside of some of the sand, as you watch your comrades kind of fall to their knees, you start trailing around in like a 5 because it exploded out in the direction that in the direction of the star, like as the points were pointing to like different directions. You follow those kind of lines, and within the sand you realize that these pieces were burning so hot that they are easy to find, as they have become encased in almost molten glass, as they have burned their way almost into the sand and solidified. And you're able to kind of like dig your paw in and pick it up, and there's a brief almost like singeing sensation, as like it smells like something like your hairs are being burned off, but because you have like your paw pads, you're able to kind of pick that up. Would you like to try to get it out of the glass? Would there be a way that you would want to do that?
It's kind of like encased in the glass right now.
Yes. So you're able to see like, so the glass is like hot and like moldable on the outside, almost like a gel, and then on the inside the star is kind of cooled off a bit and it seems like to be like in a solid encasement of glass.
I'll keep it in the encasement of glass for now.
Okay, and I'm gonna say with that 16 you're able to kind of just walk around, just kind of get all of the pieces. Make sense? Okay. Cowrie or Rhyme, anything?
To Mary, I want to ask, where did they go? Where did you send them?
Mary like blinks a few times, and then her face kind of like, she goes, I did not send them anywhere. That was a byproduct of the star's destruction. Their souls, their energies, perhaps. She really has no idea. No check necessary. It seems like Mary's not giving you an answer because she truly does not know.
Even though Darby knows it's not going to work, and Cowrie has a sense that it's probably not going to work. I'm gonna walk away from the group, and I'm gonna take my little copper wire for my message spell, and I'm gonna kind of go face out from each wall of the building one by one and message in each direction. Arthur, can you hear me? Arthur? And just to like see if he is like if he's close. I'm just checking.
If he's anywhere close to you.
Yeah.
You have your copper wire. A little like a metallic spring, a flexing noise as you try to send that out. And as no response is received by you, you have to imagine that Arthur is gone from this district, at least perhaps the city. You really have no idea.
And one last thing, can I find any of Arthur's like feathers? Did any feathers fall off during the fight?
You know what? Give me whatever check you think might be most appropriate, either investigation or sleight of hand or perception. Give it to me with advantage and see if you can find it.
Okay. Nat 20.
Let's go!
You're able to find some feathers knocked around as the sand was being pulsed out of Arthur's chest. Okay. And you're also able to find the purple ribbon which you tied to Arthur's foot.
Oh man. I'm gonna gather those up, and I'm just gonna like kind of stand away from the group and collect myself a little bit.
Okay. And Rhyme, what is your reaction to all of this?
His hand's still outstretched, where he, like, millimeters missed Arthur. He's just gonna, like, fists shaking, drop them down to his side, and just stay silent.
Within your head, you can feel a connection with Pax form. And in this formation, you you understand that Pax is currently present, but is not saying anything to you. And I'll say that you and Pax have a good enough rapport that you understand that Pax is here to support you if needed, but there's nothing that he can say which will not just sound pitiful or offensive, if that makes any sense.
Rhyme doesn't talk to him.
The connection stays just in case, but Pax says nothing acknowledging that. As everyone kind of takes a few minutes to do all of that, collecting themselves, collecting their things, consoling Mary, you guys are able to look back towards the large golden doors of the temple, barred from the inside and the outside as well. They begin to open with an explosion of golden light, stronger than the rays of the sun peering through, but some kind of almost glimmering, glittering particulates shining through as well, as you guys are able to see this figure begin rushing towards you, body to the side, squeezing through the tightest opening possible, also 6.5 feet tall, a massive figure who I will describe now. You're able to see brown skin and almost doe, like an almost deer-esque nose. You're able to see white hair coming down over one side of his face. You're able to see horns, similar to a pronghorns, but with only like small little spindles coming off of them, growing out of the front of his forehead. You're able to see that his clothing, although pristine, like in terms of how it looks, it almost looks almost like farmhand clothing, with like overalls on, like a tan like leather overall, a white shirt, sleeves rolled up, but immaculately clean, as this figure and begins sprinting towards you guys, hits the ground, knees like skates through the sand, and immediately comes up to Mary on the opposite side of you, Olive, and you hear, "What happened here? What's going on?" And kind of like looks around, make sure, like kind of like puts a hooked finger under Mary's chin, looking at her, making sure she's not injured, and then kind of like looks around to all of you to see what's just happened.
As soon as he approaches Mary, I stand up and like give them their space, and kind of put my hands up, and just like, are you Galadriel?
Puts an arm around Mary, looks up at you, horns move, and goes, "Yes, my name is Galadriel. I was off within the city. Mary contacted me. I was finishing up some business. And he like picks a clump of sand up in his hand, and as it moves through, he just kind of looks around the air. His eyes shimmer gold really quickly, and he goes, "There's bad energy in here, bad spirits, bad souls. Mary, what happened? What?" And kind of, Mary just begins to weep, presses her head into Galadriel's chest. He just clutches her there, and then he just looks to all of you for any kind of explanation.
Our friend was in trouble and was moving faster than we anticipated, so we had to Mary had to help us alone. We don't quite know what happened, but the demon was expelled from our friend, but he took our friend with him somewhere. We don't know.
Arthur jumped into the portal.
Galadriel like hears everything you're saying. He looks at you, Rhyme, and goes, "Talking about some kind of portal. What exactly is what happened?" And like kind of looks down to Mary, and Mary goes, "A pardoner's star on his chest. Gazom was within him," and she then continues to cry. Everyone give me an insight check on Galadriel as he hears that information.
21.
10.
16.
24.
24.
Wait, that's a lie. 12.
And then her an insight check.
Just a second.
Hey, you're good.
Insight. digital dice because I haven't. 19.
With a 19. Give me 1 second. As you guys kind of look at Galadriel, like hearing that information from Mary, Galadriel's eyes go wide, and you're able to recognize, and I'm going to say that for all of Yorda, you guys realize that, well, first you understand, like, given Mary knew Lawman's true name, I'm trying to find the right music for this, because the last goodbye was, like, so swelling. Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie, the picture for this music is really funny to me.
I know, it really is. Shout out to Bartify. But you guys look at that. Galadriel's eyes kind of open up, and you realize, oh, Galadriel knew that name as well. And you realize that whatever history was there, a conversation has been had between Galadriel and Mary about Lawman specifically. And you realize that it must not be a very happy tale. It's kind of like when it's kind of like when, like, your partner brings up something that, like, was troubling to them in the past, and, like, it's that immediate kind of like, oh, a painful memory, like, oh, it's that severe, and it's like not much is said after that because, like, they both kind of understand it. With that, Galadriel clutches Mary even closer to his chest and just says very quietly, but, like, you all are able to hear it, and just goes, "You had to act, I understand," and just, like, kind of clutches her. Is anything else said as these two share this moment?
She was wonderful. Mary, she was truly exceptional. We'd be far worse off without her, and without this place. I know things don't look great now, but it could have been a lot worse without your help, and we are forever grateful for that.
He jumped in.
Galadriel looks over at you, Rhyme, and clocks you saying that, and kind of, like, locks eyes with you, looks at your tattoo, locks eyes with you again, and kind of in a way of saying, like, I'll get to you in 1 second, looks back over to Olive and goes, looks up at you again, like, Mary's just kind of, like, falling into herself now, and goes, as he goes, "Well, she oftentimes is wonderful, and I'm exceptionally proud of her for wanting to help such complete strangers with such a matter so personal." As you just hear him go, "I'm real proud of you." He very quickly kisses her on the forehead, it kind of, like, takes her arm, helps her to her feet, and then looks, he checks in with her, makes sure she's okay to stand. She, like, arms crossed over her chest, nods, and then Galadriel walks over to you, Rhyme, and says, "I think I understand your organization, the Spellbreakers, correct?"
Correct.
Not wanting to mince words, he goes, "A difficult line of work for many. Is there anything you'd wish to talk about? Was he someone close to you?"
No.
Do any of us hear that?
I think everybody hears that.
Okay.
Give me a deception check if you think that is worthy of one.
Deception or persuasion, and just don't tell you which one?
Don't tell me which one it is. No.
Sure. Gonna
Can I make an insight check?
Gonna flip my coin for that, because that was a nat one.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, the dice no.
I'm gonna say.
The dice no.
And I'm gonna say in this moment, this is you all hear this. This is a moment between Galadriel and Rhyme. So whatever truths may occur.
14.
14. Galadriel looks at you, nods his head, and just says, "We all cope in our own ways. If you need anything, there are many people here which can help.
I'm fine. Thank you. And Ryan will just, like, turn heel and walk to the door and just...
Rhyme turns heel, walks to the door. As Galadriel kind of looks back to all of you and goes, I apologize for not being able to be more hospitable upon our first time meeting. This normally is not how we like to introduce those to the temple. If you all are in need of rest or healing of any variety, we are more than willing to help you.
Just kind of look over at Yorda and how fucked up he is. Just like, well,
At this point, I'm sitting in the sand, like kind of like a little kid at the beach, kind of
making
a little
biscuits.
bit, a little bit. But I'm also like, when he said like place to rest, I'm like, I'll take one of those, please.
if it wouldn't be too much of a burden onto you, I know we've intruded enough already, but whatever you're willing to give, thank you.
Galadriel walks over to you, Olive, and a towering, broad, strong individual, and goes, the options which you had. And looks back to Mary and goes, you came to the right people. There will be cleaning done. There's a lot of sand everywhere. My boots are filled to the brim.
We'd be happy to help with that. I'm very sorry for... I didn't realize it was going to be that much.
There is no need for you to assist, though it is very much appreciated.
Can I still think I'm in my like crazy, not crazy, but you know, my like flowing back hair, electric coming out. Can I just do one last like gust of wind spell and blow all the dust into one section?
Yes, so you want to make like a sand pile, basically.
Blower.
Yeah, I'm just the thing. Here's what I'm imagining. I'm
Okay.
on my knees, my hands are on my head. I take one arm out and I just go like this or something like this, and just push whatever there is like into one section without looking.
Okay, perfect. Can everybody here give me strength saving throws? We're not doing like all the spells particulars, but I just want to see if this brings
I'm
anything.
so
10.
sorry.
You all get to- you all get-
20.
you all get-
13.
You all get to add +4 because of my new stuff.
Oh shit.
shit.
17.
Then, wait, then
17.
14.
24.
23.
What,
You
what's,
have to be the 14. That's all.
Hey!
excellent. So who here passed that save? Raise your hand. Excellent. You guys, it's like, there is no need to help. For me and Mary and our white gowns will be happy to... Whoa! As it gets blown away in the wind as Galadriel and Mary begin just kind of like... and begin just rolling away.
I totally forgot it moves people. I'm so sorry.
No, that's amazing.
You watch as all of the sand in like the western side of the temple begins being blown up against the walls, kind of making it easy for cleanup. As Mary and Galadriel tumble into each other, Mary grabs onto him, Galadriel grabs onto her, and they roll together and they land on like a sand embankment and then are immediately buried in sand. You see,
Hey, they only get pushed 15 feet. I feel like the wall is 40 feet away.
that is not true. You can feel whatever you want, but I know the measurements of this place. You just spent no. You just spent like fucking 2 hours blowing Lawman up against walls. Okay, this is pretty impressive.
Okay.
Ew.
They're very
Sorry.
indeed. No, for real.
Sorry.
We're gonna suck you out of his body, Arthur, one way or the other.
Please. No!
Give him a good old-fashioned elven greeting. Anyway,
Fuck you.
anyway, so Galadriel kind of like Indiana Jones style, like kind of like brushes the sand. They both sit up and they go, and you come out of your like enhanced form, right? Her.
Yeah, right after that. Yeah.
Goes. That was very helpful from the electric friend over there. Y'all can stop helping now. That's fine. We appreciate it though. We understand. Galadriel kind of like centers himself and goes, "Now, before we close the temple, for obvious cleaning purposes to invite people back inside, would anybody like to partake within healing baths to replenish whatever energy was lost?"
That would be nice. I think we should all partake in that.
Perfect.
I do want to, real quick, I want to take the empty potion bottle that I had, and I want to get some lawman sand just in case he's... just to have. I don't know. Maybe
They're
it'll
a
be useful
hoarder and
someday.
we love it.
Yeah.
As you scoop up some of the lawman sand, Cowrie, as you look down at it, it's like a shifting powder box, clear glass. You're able to see the sand kind of like, and then kind of like shift and move around a little bit, and you realize that one of the Laymores is like their essence is still here. They were effectively removed from their host, so they're not powerful, not dangerous. But as you slide the little glass slider closed, you realize that you have just like a Laymore spirit within the sand inside of this little container here.
Evil sand.
Evil sand indeed.
Excellent. Put it in my pocket.
And anything else
Put it in my
besides
pocket.
you guys go and like get your bath?
I'll step on those little soul things as I walk to the bath.
Soul things.
Oh,
The Laymore.
Oh yeah, the
I'm just
Laymore.
gonna step on as many as I can as I'm walking.
You see one like pop up like a little like man form and go, and it gets smashed immediately. Wonderful.
It's Tom Nook.
That was an Animal Crossing.
Kill that
guys.
capitalist.
I hate sand. Of course.
Perfect.
It gets
Shut the
everywhere.
fuck up. Everything here is soft
I had
and
to say
warm.
Galadriel, Galadriel, first of all, like kind of gestures for some people to return. You see maybe a half a dozen white gowns of all varying species, sexes, and ages. They come in very quietly, and Galadriel is going to takes Mary and escorts her away into a side room out of this main chamber, probably off to some kind of like resting area, maybe like a library or a bedchamber of such. And these half dozen white gowns come over and will be personal attendance to you as they lead you into what was before the communal or familial bathhouse, as you are all led into the calming, cleansing waters. And you all are given a proper spa treatment, as much so.
I will say, Rhyme does not get into the bath.
I'm just not getting to the bath. A white gown comes up and goes, "That is more
Stinky.
That is more than okay. I understand."
I'm not going to remove my clothes for this. No.
We would never want to assume. If I may, there are magical practices which can heal you and restore you without necessitating touch. Would that be okay?
That would suffice. Thank you.
Of course. And with magical essence, prestidigitation, and the magic of love, Rhyme, you are fully healed. Everybody else steps into the water. Water,
Yes.
water.
Yes.
As everybody
Yes.
steps
Be a
into
I
seal.
imagine Yorda does it a little
Water.
bit reticently, like a cat being like, okay, fine.
Little toe at a time. Little toe at a time.
as Yorda as everybody steps into the water, you all feel a calming sense wash over you. Same to any of you who walked into the Love Temple's waters within their, I forget what I called the place, but within their bathhouse as well, and the same feeling washes over you. And we don't need to go through every single one, but whatever in whatever way, if you would do it privately, if you would simply just kind of wash yourself in your clothing at once, if you would just kind of take in the ambiance.
My clothes.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Just kind of like take in the ambiance. You are all given a long rest. You have all your spell slots restored, as well as any other whatever abilities or whatever like hit points you lost. Make sense?
Huge.
Perfect.
Huge.
Cheers.
Huge.
as all of you are able to conclude with that, as the white gowns kind of doing whatever they can to make you all as comfortable as possible, you are reclothed, everything dried, everything cleaned for you. As you step out, maybe an hour later, having been rejuvenated. Well, time is fucky. It's fine. You step out being rejuvenated. As Galadriel comes alone this time, as more white gowns begin to pour in and start kind of like mopping up all of the sand, kind of like putting into buckets and moving it around, as well as people flying around Aarakocra and just cleansing the air around here, making sure that any Laymore spirits are thoroughly exorcised from this building.
Burning rosemary.
Exactly.
You know,
Oh,
not sage.
Strong scent of incense. You can smell like citrus oils being sprayed around, the smells of lavender and the smells of like eucalyptus. As this place, like the vibes were incredibly heavy before, and there is still a sensation of loss amongst all of you, but the building itself being used as a vessel to house a demon, that feeling is being removed. Galadriel approaches and goes, I am sure there are still many questions, many conversations to be had. For now, I ask respectfully that you leave this temple so that the cleansing procedures can take place. But just know, those brave enough to take on Gazam and his Laymore in their true forms are welcome back here. If there's anything else you would wish to know about me or Mary, we'd be happy to talk with you more.
Just a quick question, but thank you so much for all your help. How do you know him?
Give me a persuasion check, and I'll say that if anyone here wants to help, just let me know how you do it.
I'll come up next to her and be like, I'm trying to think of how to. I smile at him real nice.
Perfect. Help action. Gab, go ahead.
Give him a gift.
No,
It's
Bat
fair.
I won't do that.
Bat your long eyelashes at them.
Bing, 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 bing.
22.
22. Galadriel looks at the floor and looks back at you and goes, Mary's past, her profession was one where she met many unfavorable people.
Understood. Thank you.
Galadriel kind of like blinks a few times and looks back at you and goes, I apologize, but I'm not at liberty to say anymore.
Of course, anything you're willing to provide is more than acceptable, and just kind of like bows her head at him in thanks.
Once, he of course extends courtesies to all of you and goes, once the temple is reopened, and once Mary has, and he says this respectfully, healed psychologically, or at least has come to a point of function, maybe she'd be willing to tell you more. And he also looks to all of you and goes, and my deepest apologies for not being here to assist you all. Perhaps things may have been different.
Well, there's nothing we can quite do about that now, but DM, tell me if this is wrong, but would Olive have the sense of, like, wherever Arthur is, he's free? Like, from Lawman specifically, because we saw the exorcism happen.
So you would know that, like, Lawman is out of Arthur permanently, and because Yorda has those star chunks, Lawman can't possess anybody else anymore.
Okay.
I will say, though, that the image that everyone saw through the portal was of a tiefling woman kneeling on the ground, her arms growing into tree trunks, like to root her to the dirt. You don't get the sense. You get the sense that he is free from Lawman, but not free. If that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah, then I would just say to Galadriel,
America and other free and open societies.
at least we were somewhat successful. I'll take that over nothing.
He nods. He nods. As more white gowns begin to pour in, anything?
I have a
yes.
question before we leave. Are you familiar with an angel that goes by the name Pax?
I'm gonna make a religion check. I got a nat 1 on the die. I'm gonna make this with advantage because he lives here. I have never rolled good when it comes to packs for some reason. Give me 1 second. That is the second nat 1 in a row.
Oh my god!
Galadriel looks and goes,
That's a demon, not an angel.
Holy
my
moly!
just wasn't meant to be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't know this bit. I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man.
Looks to you. Actually, I'm just gonna do a quick. That's a bad dice. I'm not using that anymore. That's my Paul
Throw
Fist
that
dice too.
out. No! Don't throw it out. Just chuck it across the room.
Looks to you, Rhyme, and because of your previous conversation, goes, I can't say that I've heard that name before. But if you wish, I can certainly use my connections to investigate that, to find what I can.
If you have time.
Kind of puts a hand out, not trying to touch you, just trying to gesture to you, and goes, for those like yourself, I will always have time.
Alrighty. Then Ryan will turn around.
I offer my hand to Galadriel, up to Galadriel, I guess, to shake, and just say, we will leave you to your business. Thank you again.
He clasps your hand in his, and he puts his other hand on top of yours as well. Giant hands, very soft, smooth skin, and then just shakes it gently and extends the same to everybody here if they would accept it.
I do not.
They do not? Okay.
I will.
You're at a very strong, powerful handshake to you. And with that, as you all are ushered out of the temple, being invited back whenever it be necessary, as you all begin to leave, you come to the main doors. And as you come to the main doors, and as you look upon the field, which you guys had to the sand field, which you guys had to cross over, you see a troubling sight. There are no bodies, necessarily. There's no signs of, like, fire or of weaponry. But as you looked upon the once pristine field, you're able to see crowds of people circling or almost like orbiting around it. As you look to the center right outside of the gates, you're able to see large, like new carved almost streams, but instead of water, you're able to see glass carved into the sand. You're able to see patches of sand seemingly made white, with other patches made like darker in between, with like odd shapes kind of carved in there. It looks like some kind of large battle took place right outside of the temple, like right here where you guys are gonna be walking through.
Investigation check, or do we see anything?
There are also just people walking by if you just want to ask someone what happened.
Oh, cool. I'll just pull over the random, like the first person I see, and be like, hey, what happened out here?
A white gown with a hood up. You're able to see an insect mandible of like the lower jaw. Looks to you and goes, You simply would not believe it. Yasa 6 spirals flying directly towards the Temple of Aphrodite, seemingly trying to burst through the roof, I would assume. Sword drawn, whip aflame. More fire coming out of her eyes I've never done seen.
Wow. Is she around here now? Are they allowed to cross? This is for you, Drew. Are they allowed to cross lines? Like city lines or city, you know?
I'll just do it as the insect guy just looks and goes,
District heads are allowed to cross lines, certainly, but in an act of aggression, that is something else entirely. Stopped only by Talantis, it was as if two gods were clashing into each other. Rammed into her mid-air, and they began to fight in the field, Talantis doing her best to change her shape to protect the innocents. Blood was spilled, both infernal and celestial. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, that's crazy, and I look over and I'm like, hey, do you guys want to ask anything else, or?
Was anyone hurt besides,
Talantis moved with such speed, even taking wounds where people would have been smashed into Yasa's form. I do not believe a single person was harmed, and that is nothing short of an Aphrodite miracle.
Do we know the name Talantis? Have we heard that
Talantis
before?
is the head role of Kipyup.
Oh, okay, got it.
She's a Sarah Angel of Aphrodite. Basically, think about it like this. If Yasa is a Baelor of hell, Talantis is basically like the polar opposite of that in terms of like the org chart of heaven.
Got it.
Did you hear them say anything? Was there any sort of monologuing?
My name is Yasa Six Battles, and I am here for this reason.
You killed my
Every
father.
one of you remember this.
Talantis, you see this, insect mandibles kind of like chitter, looks at you and kind of like from like under the hood, kind of like tilts his head up a little bit and goes,
The only thing which I heard was, in a booming voice in Celestial, responded to an Infernal. Talantis said, "You can enter this building by stepping over my corpse." To which Yasa responded with, "That can be arranged." And they battled.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
chitters, bows, walks away. And with all of that, where are you guys going?
Well, should we? Things are rough. Things could be better. Should we try to top off this stellar day by making it even better by making our reservation at the Triple F?
Well, we do have to pay a late fee. I don't know if she was kidding about that, but I could eat.
Yeah, I could eat too. Let's
Is
go have
this
some fun.
actually a reservation, or are we expecting this to be something else with sparkly
yes.
ass waiting for us?
Yes. Probably.
Probably both.
Rahi made the reservation, if that's any inclination as to what we're walking into.
And when we tried to not go in, she super stabbed her.
As long as she doesn't call me kitty cat or whatever the fuck.
Kitty cat and chandelier.
Exactly.
I think that has promise.
You just have to keep your head down.
Yes. When we get there, I will let you know when we get there. But the woman who owns the establishment, you cannot look at her, or you will be petrified. She's a sea hag, and you will be petrified.
She's that ugly?
I mean, I didn't say it. You did.
How do people know she's ugly if they can't look at her? She could be too beautiful.
Her feet are enough indication.
Well, some people just have bad feet.
That's true. I shouldn't
Some
judge.
people are even into that kind of thing.
That's also true.
I start walking.
I will offer, before Ella walks away, I don't know how many pieces of the star broke off, but I will say if you guys want a part of the badge that broke off, I will share the wealth. I know you want one, Kaori. It's very shiny.
There are 5 separate pieces of it.
How convenient! Who
Yes.
wants one?
Oh,
It's almost like it's a
Everyone's
pentagram or something. Hey.
Oh my god!
I'll take one.
I'll take
Alright.
one too.
I'll take one. Oh, and Yorda, when we were first going to the tavern, we came up with code names for
Yes.
what to call ourselves if we're in danger. This is, I know it's a bit, we can walk and talk, but what would you like?
What do you mean, like when we're in danger? Like we're together and shit's gonna go down, and I have to say something else? I'm confused.
Yes. So,
like,
for
sorry,
example, Rhyme might look at me and go, "Shannon, we might be late for a reservation because there's a person that's about to attack us. I am Shannon."
like if we
Olive.
want to let everyone know that there's danger, but we don't want anyone else to know that we know that there's danger, so we need to be subtle about it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
foolproof.
Okay, I got it.
So, I'm Shannon. Rhyme is Temperance. Kaori is Driftwood, and Olive is Pearl.
Topaz.
Oh,
Topaz.
I
Very
changed my
cool.
mind.
I like it.
I like
Thank
it.
you.
Can you guys like write that on a piece of paper for me?
I have it.
There's no
I have.
way.
I have it written down. I have it written down. Don't worry.
Alright, good. Do me the favor. Let me think. I'll be Rumble.
Rubble.
Rumble. Are you
Rumble.
out?
Rumble. That's
It's a little aggressive, but I like it.
Do me the solid. Just say mine if you want things to go. Do me a favor.
Just say my name if you want me to fight somebody for you.
Exactly. And so I'm clear, I say that before we say it before we fight, not after.
No, but that we would call you that if we wanted to fight, or if there was danger.
What if I just say it because I want to fight people?
That also
It works.
works as long as the names are
Is there-
used.
is-
we know there's danger.
Then we're gonna talk-
is there a response to if I say it and you're like I don't wanna, so I know to keep it cool? Like,
Get bonked is the go ahead.
yeah, bonk is the go
And
ahead.
saying
Okay.
no is the negative.
We'll call you.
Okay,
we'll call
okay.
you by your real name if
If the
Yeah.
answer is no,
the answer is no. Yes.
So we're gonna
Gotcha.
talk about ourselves in the third person if we
Yeah.
want to fight people.
We never claimed that it was efficient or made any sense. We simply put it into place.
Oh, it doesn't.
understood. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yes.
Let me write that down. Get bonked equals go ahead.
Get bonked.
You guys are becoming like super soldiers or whatever, like trigger words.
All right, I feel confidently up to speed.
Olive's gonna
Let's
look Yorda straight in the face and be like, "Red boxed car 19," and then just act.
Can we make Can we make T-shirts that say "Rochi, get bonked"?
Roshi,
Shut-
get bonked.
Shut- Get bonked.
Get freaking bonked.
Is that not what you
And then
say
just
when
have
you
the
see a roach
Doge
in
with
your
the
house?
baseball bat.
As we're walking to the tavern and everyone's chatting, can I just like pull Olive aside for 1 second?
Certainly.
Cool. And be like, "Oh, hey." No. That's not what I say. That's not
Didn't
what
think
I
to
say.
see you here.
Be like,
Hey, come here often.
"Oh my God."
Oh my
I'm just-
God.
So I'm just gonna like come up to you and
Mhm.
Olive, I wanted to apologize for what I said to upset you at the Triple F Tavern the other day.
Oh. Oh. Thank you. There's no. There's. I appreciate it, but I think we're past that,
Okay.
given everything that's happened. But thank
Well,
you.
If you ever, I know I'm definitely not the only person, but if you ever want to, try, like, I think it's cool what you do personally, but if you want to have more control over things, we can always try and find somebody maybe who could help, or if you know the person you get your magic from, is there a place of worship or somewhere that you could maybe talk to somebody?
Those are all wonderful suggestions. If I if I knew where my magic came from, I would definitely start there. But
Okay.
thank you. I appreciate that. And for the record, I think what you do is cool as well.
Oh, thanks. But all right. Well, just let me know.
Of course.
But I
And
just wanted to apologize, and after
No.
everything, it just felt weird that I didn't. So
no, I made it weird. I have a tendency to do that.
you're okay.
This is a silly question, but are you all right?
No, but I don't know if any of us are really all right now, you know.
That's true.
So, and with this whole thing coming up, I think it's just going to be the cherry on top, and we're going to all just have terrific days, like how already said earlier. You know, the best day.
Yes, and that's the thing about bad days is that next one can't get any worse. Maybe I don't
Hopefully.
hope you hope it won't be worse. That's
Right.
That's what I tell myself. But if you need anything,
Well, do you have any tips for the triple?
I haven't frequented the establishment
Okay.
enough. Don't look at Miss Schuster
Okay.
in the eyes. Is Rahi paying for this?
I have no idea.
All right. Well then, if we can avoid it, let's not give our hard-earned gold to this establishment.
Agreed. All right. Well, just wanted to check in.
Of course. And if you need anything, just let me know.
You're good. Of course.
Perfect. Anything else as you guys begin making your way from Kip Yup, now kind of like jumping over the small little ruts, moving back throughout the alleyways of chapels and churches. As you guys make your way, anything else that you guys want to do?
Could I potentially do like a perception check as we start walking into the next district to see if we can like spot Yasa if she's like out and about?
Absolutely yes, and I think Cower, you have something you want to do as well, right?
Yes, I did have a question.
Yes.
Does Rhyme have like a backpack?
I have a little fanny pack.
You have a fanny pack?
Yeah,
Never
it's
mind. That
up
makes
front.
things hard. That makes my plan difficult.
Sure, I've shifted it to my back.
It's in the back? Okay, thank you. I want to try to sleight of hand one of Arthur's feathers into your bag.
You can certainly try.
Okay. Okay. I got a 17 sleight of hand.
Do I roll for this, or is this just passive?
I'll say it's passive.
Cool, you're good.
Okay, cool. Then that is all.
I will say, as you get close to him, you see your breath.
Okay, good to know.
Seeing breath. With that, yes, Gab, please give me that perception check.
That's only going to be a 13.
13. As you're like kind of walking away from the field and like the palm trees kind of grow within density, you're able to see it's circular with two elongated juts coming out of it. You're able to see burning, like singed ends of palm leaves that basically make a straight line going like from the field directly through like maybe like 5 or 6 palm trees going back to like the open sky. And you would have to imagine that Yasa came in at an angle and just burned her way through the nature to get directly to the temple as fast as possible. But past that, you really have no idea where she is, with no other kind of like indicators that she's around.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
She just doesn't give any fucks.
I guess I'll like turn to everyone and be like, okay, so Yasa's not here right now, but I don't. If it's possible, I guess it's not possible because as we're walking, it's kind of like an open field for a while, right?
Maybe only
Like,
for
we
like.
wouldn't be able to stealth to like make sure she doesn't see us.
Can I
Yeah, no. What's up?
Can I do an Arcana check on our star fragments to see if they have like leftover infernal magic to them?
Yes, absolutely. Give me an Arcana check.
Can I give you the help action by also like looking at it and doing it?
Yes,
Yeah.
help action. Yeah.
Advantage. Advantage.
Okay. 24.
With 24, as you have like one of these
I rolled a
again.
19 on my Clementine dice.
Also, I'll say that Yorda was able to kind of like and kind of get like some of the gel off of the like get some of the gel off of like this off of like the star fragment currently encased in glass. You're able to kind of like just focus in on it, and you immediately feel a pulse of infernal energy. You understand, like, this thing, although no longer being used for the purpose which it was constructed for, is still a very powerful artifact. You don't know if there's any way, I'll say the 24, you don't know if there's any way to, like, harness this thing's energy, but it certainly still is valuable to the right people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So would
Rhyme
Yasa
will-
be able to like track it down, I guess? Is that something we would be able to get
or
back?
sense it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be fully just transparent. You really don't know because no one's ever done this before. And so there's really like no way of knowing like if she can find you, maybe can she track it or sense it if you guys are around? Possibly. There's really no way of knowing.
Rhyme's going to put his in his fanny pack, so as he turns it around, is the feather on the outside?
I tried to like shove it down in your bag.
Okay. So he just puts the star fragment in, zips it up with ye old historical zipper, and
Yep.
Fantasy zipper.
Also known as
Fancy
buttons.
no, a
A
zipper.
buttoned up fanny pack.
It's like, "Yar, my captain."
Stop! I'm blushing.
Okay.
It's a whore cry exclusive.
Zippers.
New invention from Golden Steam.
You wouldn't. There are too many jokes that I could make. There were time we do not have the time for. With all of that, anything else as you guys are walking around? No, and no.
Actually, sorry.
What's up?
Real quick. I would like to pull Yorda aside as we're walking. And I will just ask him. So you teleported, same way we did to the temple?
I was asleep, and then I was in water, and then I was in the temple. I think.
Okay.
I was still kind of waking up. I don't really remember.
Okay. Well, okay.
Didn't Mary tell us that was her?
Yes, no, it was her. I just wasn't sure if you were still at the tavern when you were teleported. Just you should know. There was a note left for you in your room.
For me?
From I would have to assume one of your siblings, someone named Skylar.
Do you have that with you?
I don't. I'm sorry. I went to check on you, and it seems as though they broke into every one of our rooms and watched us sleep, and that's how they got in and left the note. So I apologize. That was very rude of me. I should not have read it, but I will just kind of like relay what I can remember of what it said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eeyore will chuckle a little bit and he'll smile to himself, like, yeah, that'd be Sky, all right. Cool. I'll follow up with her when we get back to our rooms. But did she take anything from your guys' rooms? If so, let me know. I'll get it back. I'm sorry, but she that's kind of her thing. She likes to fuck around a little.
Just the locks from the doors, I believe.
Oh.
Is all she? It's okay. I was able to. It was an easy fix. I was able to put it back.
All right.
But just thought you should know. And
I appreciate you telling me. Thank you.
of course. So if we run into her, just so you know.
Did she mention any other name in the letter, by any chance?
Let me look through my photographic memory.
I don't think she did.
We all have keen mind here.
I don't think she did. I'm just baiting you for plot.
Ooh.
Other
names? Question mark.
No, was there one you had in mind, or?
No.
All right. And I feel like a dunce for leaving it behind. But just so you know, if and when we make our way back to the Triple S, I did leave something for you, with Skylar's note.
Okay. Do you want it to be a surprise? You don't have to tell me.
No. I just want you to know, so you don't think, oh, where did this come from? It's related to what I wanted to talk to you about after we talked with Morirak.
Yes. I remember that conversation. I remember.
It's something that may help you get up to speed on the whole MR-PhD thing.
Gotcha.
Just thought you should know.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yorda, give me a perception check and beat a 12.
Okay. 23.
23?
Oh,
Give me...
good.
And then just just flip a coin real quick. Get a heads or tails. I mean, you can only get a heads or tails, but I think I want... Wow, Drew.
Or the third option.
The side.
I got tails.
You got tails. You were, as you're kind of like, look, you kind of hear, so you hear that name, you hear Skylar, and immediately you're just kind of like, okay, I kind of know what's going on here. And your eyes only just like kind of that you can see, you kind of like start darting up, you start like looking around, and as you are looking up towards, and I'm actually going to text you where you see this.
Secrets.
Are no fun.
What's since I, am so smart and pay attention to so many things. From where Olive's family tavern is, where are we in relation to that? We're like a town over, essentially.
Yeah, so you are southeast by a good few miles.
Okay.
And you are able to see on a chapel, maybe like a block away, you're able to see a figure cloaked. You're not really able to see like any kind of like defining features, but you are able to see grasping onto the, like basically with the chapel, a domed top of it, like a domed roof with a spire coming out of it, kind of like zigzagging through the sky, and you're able to see hanging off of this zigzag, this is not a hand, this is a large paw. And just in this moment, as you clock this figure and you assume they clock you watch as this figure jumps off of the spire, hits the domed roof, and slides off the opposite end out of your view.
Swag. How far out would you say?
Easily like 200 feet.
Okay. So it's not like directly next to the Aphrodite temple.
No, this is like as you're walking the lanes of the chapels and the churches and the places of worship.
Gotcha.
And you just kind of like clock that figure kind of like orbiting around you in your group.
Do I see him see that?
You gotta beat a 12. Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
And I roll a deception check to hide it.
What do you mean hide it? Do you mean
disadvantage?
Yes.
Disadvantage.
then never mind.
I got a 13.
You got a 13?
Yeah.
Ow.
Hold on. Nico, what do you mean stealth it? Do you mean like just kind of like, hey, you don't see anything, and just kind of like get in the way, or what?
To perceive stealthily, so she doesn't know I'm perceiving.
No, I'll say that like no one really notices. So no one notices you noticing. We're getting very many layers deep. Olive, I will say that you, as you just kind of like you just kind of follow like Yorda's eyes for just a quick second, and you're able to see just kind of like just like very quickly a hooded figure fall down the spire, and you're able to see a long like leonine tail follow them as they kind of like hit the roof and just begin kind of skirting down.
Catching that, I lean into Yorda and I go, Rumble?
I will laugh and turn away and keep walking with the group.
You guys continue down the street towards the Triple F Tavern.
What's the name of the town we're in? I'm so sorry.
You're currently in Kip, yep.
Thank you.
And you're gonna be moving
To Ubhab.
yeah, northwest towards the city center of Ubhab, or the city center within Ubhab. As you guys walk, the chapels then give way to one of the main veins of the arbor, and you guys are back on the path, back to the pillars, back to the gate, and back where the apelings foreman and his host are building up the large stage where the Battle of the Bards will be taking place. And you guys begin to approach the Triple F Tavern as described before. Again, a large opening. Let me change the music real quick.
This is where you don't make eye contact. With.
Do I have? I'm looking at my inventory to see if I have anything like.
And
Like
you have to
mirrored
be very,
glasses.
and you have to be
fantasy
very
sunglasses.
I don't think we need to be.
What if I tie my bedroll around my face?
I think
Would
it's
that
just
help me?
quiet.
It's quiet here.
quiet here.
So by proxy, you feel like you have to be quiet, but where we're going, it's not going to be quiet.
How am I supposed?
Yeah, isn't this place great, Yorda?
Why? Never mind.
So just to give it
I'm here. We're here for you, right? So I'm just gonna walk like this.
You guys once again see the large entryway, like again the toothy maw of a wailing animal. You're able to see the tunnel kind of lead down to the hallway. A red carpet rolled out onto the sandstone blocks of the road, almost like a tongue inviting you in. Do you choose to enter?
Begrudgingly.
Excellent.
Yep. Head down. Looking at my feet.
You also understand that like you can look at where you're going, but like if you see like Gretel in some circumstance, you just need to immediately look at the ground. So you can look where you're going, so I can actually describe what you see and not just the floor.
Just the carpet. Just a very.
I need to describe the carpet.
I'm describing how I walk into haunted houses.
Oh.
But yeah.
As you guys walk in, making sure that everything is good with the tunes. As you guys walk in, again, the temple begins to close off like a mouth leading into a throat. You guys come to a doorway, maybe 10 feet wide, and you begin walking down this hallway, and then you watch as it opens up into a large seating area, the main section of a tavern. And you realize that unlike the very open space which the Triple S Tavern has, the Triple F Tavern, almost like being like, the different kind of like tables are segmented off by half walls, with like, you're able to see cross-linked, almost like black iron chains leading from the ceiling down to these half walls, almost like keeping customers away from each other. And as you walk around, you're able to see, a bar leading into a kitchen within the back. You're able to see like Yang tea and I might have just butchered that pronunciation. Yang tea and tieflings, like kind of immediately fire raging. You're able to smell meat being seared, burned black. You're able to smell spices and just the honestly like capsaicin. Like when I say spice, I mean the like hot sensations. Like you're like everything gets hot. You begin sweating. Like your eyes almost get a little bit uncomfortable. You're able to see pirates, tourists, merchants, and the like, all kind of like sitting down. And what you're all able to see is you remember the screams that you heard coming in, which now are just full wails, which you're able to hear right now. Some people sitting around seem to just be like normal customers, drinking, enjoying the food. Nobody is dancing in here. This seems more like a more of an, when I say classier place, I don't mean that in terms of quality. I just mean in terms of like the overall vibes. That kind of makes sense. However, you
Take
also
me out on a nice dinner date to the Triple F Tavern.
You're also able to see whether it is people like dressed almost like pirate crews on leave, whether they look like those elven tourists which you saw before. You're able to see them kind of gripping the sides of their tables, or kind of like having their fists balled up, looking directly down at their food, just screaming and wailing in torment for some reason.
Oh. Can I make... Because last time we were here, I sensed, like, the fear spell really strongly. Can I make an Arcana check to see if, like, that's what this is?
You certainly can, yes.
Okay.
Can I give them the help action?
Yes, you can.
This is a natural 20!
It's a nat
That's
20.
my third natural 20 of
See
the
if you
night.
crit again. See if you crit twice.
If I crit twice? That's a 2.
Okay, no, we're dropped to 0.
That's so
It was
close to a nat
close.
20, though.
That's really close to a nat 20.
Very close to a nat 20.
As Cower, it hits you like a wave immediately, and you're able to recognize that let's say with the nat 20, I'll give you a couple things. Number one, you immediately realize whether this is from memory or whether this is from you discovering this discovering it just based on like tapping into the magical powers of this place. You recognize that the selling point of the Triple F is not its food, it's not its staff, it's not even its vibes, it's what the food can do to you. As you understand that the fear spell has been cast upon certain meals, the meals that have been laid out in front of the people that are wailing and screaming in torment.
Ooh.
And so you reckon, and I'm gonna say, as you kind of clock that, as you watch like a slithering, like Yong Ti, like snake person kind of slithers by you, and you basically get like an eye full, like a nose full of the food just being like weighted past you. You immediately recognize, oh, and it's also like you're able to recognize like on this platter of like one of them is like a steak vegetable meal, like, you know, just it's pretty standard stuff. The other one being like a hot, almost like sizzling, like audibly hot, almost like soup or broth. You can feel that fear spell, and you recognize that certain dishes here are imbued with that. From that nat 20, you realize that part of the game of this place, it is a place for people to test their mettle, where when you consume the food, you automatically fail the fear spell and have to go through your worst fears.
Oh, God. I lean close to the group and I say, be careful with the food. It seems like some of it has like a magical fear kick. Just like see what its vibes are before you eat it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
As you guys kind of like just begin stepping past here, you know, everyone, and that's the thing, like even the people that are wailing, you're like, okay, these people are doing this like consensually, like that is why they are here. And so the streaming takes on like a much different definition now, a much different like kind of like vibe. As you guys see like at the bar, all of these servers, their chins pressed up against their chest, you are able to see, similar to like an angelfish with blue spines popping out of her back, with clumps of just greasy, almost seaweed hair. You're able to see the back of Gretel Shoe's stare at the bar.
I point her out to Yorda and everyone else, and just like.
As that happens, one of the bartenders looks up just for a second and points over, catches Gretel eye for a second and goes, "Ah!" and just fully freezes up and then just falls completely on the ground, and Gretel begins to slowly turn to look at you guys. Eyes immediately shoot to the floor. Gretel begins making her way over to you and goes,
It seems that you've rejoined us here, Olivine and company.
Yes, apologies for the sudden departure. Just sudden errand we had to take care of, but we are here and ready to partake.
Do you not apologize? It gave us extra time to prepare your meals.
Oh, do we not get to choose?
Everyone's kind of like either doing the Theo Von or they've got rags over their heads. Eyes pointing at the floor. You hear rapidly approaches you and goes,
Rahi was very specific in the meals which would be provided to you and your...
breathes hot, rank, rotting fish breath.
your crew.
Exciting!
How kind of her. Do we sit anywhere or?
Come with me, come.
You're able to hear Gretel's footsteps move away from you, and you guys are able to see slimy footprints left on the wooden floor of the tavern that you guys are able to follow if you want. And also, like, as you kind of look around, just like to like the decor here, the lighting, shadows dancing on the wall as if it was some kind of like devilish dance. As you realize that this place is lit not by like gentle candlelight, but by full on like hanging braziers that are like lit up, just kind of like casting very harsh red fire onto everybody.
Braziers or braziers?
What the fuck?
I'm not trying to be mean. I wasn't sure.
No, it's fine. They're spelled the same, and they could not mean more different things. Braziers. That's the correct one, right?
Would have been cool if they had hanging braziers.
Why are they spelled the same?
Because the English language is stupid. The English language.
Darby White. You couldn't let
The
me
English
why.
language is dumb. Carry on.
That is true. That's true.
As you guys follow the slime.
Yes.
Perfect.
Slime time.
As you follow the slime. You guys kind of like weave back and forth throughout these like half walls past these different like you start smelling all these different meals, these different drinks. All of them seem like very powerful, very hot, very memorable. There is no muted food here. There is no bland food here. Everything here is very punch you in the face and then punch you in the gut and then punch you in one final place when it comes out. And you come to the center of the tavern, the direct center, where there is a long, almost party, like long, almost dining table laid out before you, and you guys are able to look up and look past the. Yeah, this place is gonna give you IBS. You're able to look up, and you're able to look at the table with only one chair currently at the table, at the head of the table, and laid out across this dining table, you are able to see full chickens prepared with like classical drumsticks, like peppers stuck into the back. You're able to see like full roast beef like cuts currently like on fire, like currently being blackened to like the center. You're able to see potatoes, vegetables. You see pitchers of drink, some of which are swirling like reddish, hellish designs. Others are rimmed with some kind of like brown powdery substance with straight up like with fireworks just coming out of them. You see a glorious spread of food laid out and one chair at the head. Gretel looks over to you, and goes,
None of us know that. We're all looking at her feet.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. So after you guys follow this, Gretel turns around, looks over at you.
I see her toes are pointing at me. That's how I know she's looking at me.
Exactly. Yes. She gets way too close to you. She invades
The dogs.
invades your personal space.
They're barking.
Many people speak of my dogs, yes.
Hey, some people are into that, as you already said.
Some people. You know,
I will not assume why people come to my establishment, but if their money is good.
Definitely for the foot fetish.
I don't know why I'm picturing the dude that enslaved Anakin and his mom in the prequel movie. That guy.
I mean, you want to look at her and check?
No.
There we go.
Yoda doesn't know what Star Wars is. He can't confirm or deny that.
Yoda's never even seen a Star War.
Golly gee, what I wish I could.
The looks at you, her, and goes,
Now, I have to be honest with you. Rahi gave me a gift to pass on once you had your experience here.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish, I can bring over chairs for your friends. There certainly is enough food for all of you.
Does anybody else want to eat?
Of course, this is not the reservation for 5?
I'd love to eat. That sounds great.
We wouldn't want her to sit alone. That would be disrespectful.
quickly moves over towards you all and goes,
Yes, of course. Very
And
disrespectful.
if you could also make some more food to rack up Rahi's bill, that would be very much appreciated.
Gretel kind of like squints and goes,
Rahi paid for all of this in advance. I'm not going to make more because she's not here to pay. If you, unless,
she kind of like, she gasps a little bit and goes,
unless Oliver and Terraborg would like to pay money to dine at the Triple F Tavern.
No, I think a whole chicken is very much enough for all.
This is quite enough food for
Yeah.
the 5 of us. Thank you, Miss Schuster.
Well, it's my pleasure to serve.
Yay.
Will there be anything else?
Just the chairs.
Yes,
Can
the
we get some
chairs.
water? Rhyme doesn't say this, sorry.
Some waters for the table? And maybe some extra fries?
Lemon slices? Do we want lemon
I
slices?
get-
Oh, water with lemon.
Would anyone
get
like
fries, will you get
mozzarella
fries?
sticks?
Let's see that. Let's see
Do you want
fries.
to split or just
split
like
some
get
apps?
one?
Can we split some apps?
What's
Some
the
Monty
menu? What's the soup of the day? Terror?
ve-
Oh,
I'm-
okay.
I'm vegan. Do you have any vegan options?
Sorry, I'm gluten free.
as Gretel painstakingly, like dragging it across the floor, drags 4 more chairs over and sets them each, like basically head of the table, and then 2, and then 1 on either side to make 5.
Thank you, Miss Schuster. I think that would be all.
I
Looks at all of you and goes,
Well, of course. And Rahi told me to watch to ensure the experience was had.
How kind of her.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Gretel then walks over, grabs a 6th chair, and puts it on the opposite side of the table, and sits down.
I'll sit next to her. I'll take one for the team. I'll do it.
I'll flank on her other side.
Oh,
Does
man.
anyone have the blindness spell?
I was thinking I had it, but it's actually my Ada from our other campaign has blindness /
rip.
Devin. I was like, oh, we could just blind her and be like, oh yeah, we're having a wonderful
You
time.
don't-
I thought.
have
I
those
think the problem is
spells, Gab.
us looking at her. Though.
Yeah.
Oh, but for the food.
Yes.
Just
I
like
think
us
she'd
making
think
food
something
noises.
was up. You
Oh.
know?
Yum, 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 yum. Tastes so good. Yum yum.
Yum yum yum, delicioso.
So, could I make an Arcana check to see if this is everything on this table has the fear spell in it?
I won't even have to make you make the check. What do you feel in your heart is true?
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. What about like the glasses of water?
I mean, I didn't. Gretel goes,
Would you like me to get us just plain water?
Does it
Yes,
have-
that'd be very nice.
Yeah. This
Perfect.
is a lot of food.
she calls out in the Yangti language as slithers off, grabs 2 pitchers of water, slams them down on the table, just splashing half of it
Sorry,
everywhere.
what is his name again?
Just the Yangti waiter.
Oh, I thought his name was.
No,
That's his name in his language. In common, it's just Frank, but
Well, tell Frank that we're very thankful for the water and that he's doing a great job.
She goes, yeah, and just spits at him.
Okay. Well, this is such a lovely experience Rahi has set up. Is she nearby? Is she here? I'm assuming not, but I just wanted to double check.
I'm not permitted to really go outside, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. So okay,
Ed?
that's fine. Just checking. Is anybody else gonna eat? Or are we all
You
just gonna-
bet.
Of course.
So, and as I will lay out the rules here, only her has to eat. No one else has to. But if I can just get a raise of hands, who here would like to consume the food? Everybody but Yordo.
Come on, Nico. Come on. Come on.
Live on the edge.
Solidarity.
No.
Solidarity.
Before I make my choice,
Wait,
I want
wait. Before we do this, will eating the food help her?
No.
Like,
No.
make it less to...
Why would it do that?
No, what?
Like, no, it's just like the
No,
less you
like-
have to eat, you know?
like,
No.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
you were
she
saying, like,
doesn't have to-
solidarity and pain.
She doesn't have to eat everything.
Oh.
I just need to take a bite and then I have the spell effect on me.
I'll do it still.
Okay.
I like to experience things.
Perfect. And as
Anybody
everyone
want some chicken?
as everyone gazes over the table and sees this feast of food, as everyone kind of grabs onto the plates at their setting at their place settings and makes their selection, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back. Are we all having a good time?
Yeah.
Yes, and yes. Are you all ready?
No.
Nico, eat the food. Peer pressure. Nico,
No.
eat the food.
No.
Eat
I
it.
want a divine sense before I make my decision.
Ooh.
If that changes anything for me.
That's a good. Yeah.
It's just
We should
bad.
be able to sense Rahi with divine sense.
It depends. Do you want to do that before break or
Also,
after break?
what we're gonna, that's smart. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. I love that. So, but yes, welcome to the Triple F. This place sucks.
Woo!
It fucking sucks in here, dude.
This is like one
Disney
of
World.
so I modeled the also go ahead and go pee and go get water and stuff. Yeah. So we'll be right back. Goodbye.
It's not worth it.
I will never.
Good. Please don't.
But
Every time I take a sip of caffeine, I'm like,
same,
I'm gonna explode.
same.
Don't you like tea though?
I love tea.
Well,
But I
like,
can't
I
drink
haven't-
black tea anymore because it makes me anxious.
Oh, I don't know if
Yeah,
my
the
tea
herbal
is
tea
decaf, but I'll have to
Herbal
look.
tea has no caffeine.
Yeah,
Herbal.
I love me a good like wild sweet orange from Tazo or whatever.
No, I can handle like the chamomile, like the sleepy time tea, and that's about it.
Peppermint.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good ginger tea, just straight ginger.
Yep.
Mm.
Ah, so good.
You ever just drink throat coat just cause?
Yes.
I
The
have.
fucking best.
It's so good.
Oh,
Speaking about delicious food, we all want to hop back in. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, okay. Now, does it matter that much? Well, because as we jump right back in, everyone here is selecting their food. I'm going to ask what food you select, and you can just name whatever you think your character would find the most appealing. We're going to start with Rhyme. Rhyme, what food would you choose?
Rhyme would choose like a dried salted fish.
Okay. They don't just present fish to you, bones still in, salted. So I'm gonna
Sure.
say you're able to find dried. It's almost like a bowl of like finger food, basically, like dried fish jerky, seasoned, breaded and seasoned with like different like red and orange spices. And you're able to recognize this is like from your travels to like Horcry, Tiefling country. You're able to recognize this is like some heavy duty spice here.
Is there anything at the table that looks less spicy? Besides the water.
can always just dunk it in water and then just eat the fish. Everything here looks like it's designed to hurt.
I don't like spicy foods. Rhyme is just gonna take that fish stick and pop it in.
You black out immediately. As instantaneously, Rhyme, your hands go onto the table. They kind of like slam, the plates begin to rattle, and instantaneously frost begins to grow off of your hands and your forearms. It links your fist into a fist so that your fingers cannot move, and you are shaking as everyone in the room at the table, their breath is able to be seen as you black out, and you are in a completely pitch black room as you are taken away.
Okay.
In this pitch black room, there's not a soul around you. The tattoo around your neck, as you kind of like instinctively feel for it, has been shattered. And you can feel it like broken into several different chunks, almost like floating around your jugulars and your esophagus. You are currently shirtless. And the scars on your back begin to cover with frost, as they so often do. You realize that as this frost grows, it's not growing simply as a covering, but it's growing as an extension of yourself. And as it begins to grow off of your back, you realize that it is sprouting into two glorious icy wings to either side of you. Then as suddenly as they finish forming, fire erupts in a circle surrounding you. And you can feel the wings begin to melt. They begin to drip down. You can feel the cold water turning warm as it runs down your body. And as you look around, you see figures dancing in the flames. Maybe just wisps of fire, maybe shadows, maybe people, you're unsure. But you can see that every single one of them is brandishing knives. Their knives red hot and hungry. And as the ring of fire slowly begins to shorten, it begins to encroach upon you. As your wings begin to melt, you can feel your back catch fire completely. And as your back catches fire, just as your wings are gone, the ink black floor beneath you no longer supports your weight, and you begin to tumble down into infinite darkness. As you begin to tumble down into this infinite darkness, a massive splash extinguishes the flames on your back, and you realize that now you are deep underwater.
Yep.
And as you awake underwater, the shifting currents above you apply a horrendous storm is happening. You can see waves crashing on one another. And you realize that unless you swim up right now, you will drown.
Right now?
Yes, you need to begin swimming up right now.
Rhyme starts swimming up.
As you begin to swim up, above you, casting a shadow from the full moon, you're able to see the underside of a ship. It's your only hope to get out of this storm. We're gonna cut over.
Should I make a wisdom saving throw?
There is no need. You are immediately fucked up.
No, for the other thing. Maybe for it to start happening.
Give me 1
if
second.
It happens.
I love rolling low. You understand that in this moment, you don't need to make that check, because every part of you is afraid right now.
The frost, visibly on the outside, covers his eyes.
Almost completely encased in ice. We then move down. Yorda, we're gonna get to you in a little bit, okay? I'm gonna get to you in the middle, because the fact that you want a divine sense is fucking rad. Who would like to go? Now, we're gonna save you for last, by the way. Oliver Cowrie, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
You want to go next?
I'll go next. I'll be brave. Do I get a treat for being so brave?
I've been a very brave little girl.
I've been a very brave little girl. Where's my treat?
We get lollipops when we're done.
This... Olive, what do you select for your food?
What is spread in front of us?
You're able to see meats and vegetables and stews. You're able to see breads. You're able to see fish and jerky and nuts. You're able to see a wide assortment of almost anything you could possibly want.
I think she'd go for the closest thing to comfort, which would be like one of the stews.
As you pick the stew up, it's in a thick... Well, it's in an incredibly thick stone bowl, almost like what you would put it's almost like a mortar, like that you'd smash things up into. And you realize the thick is whether for good or for bad is incredibly thick and almost oil in consistency. And you realize that it is just slowly and just bubbling. And with each bubble, as it comes off of the surface, pops, you hear a little firecracker go off.
I caution like you're frying food and trying not to get splattered. She takes a spoonful.
As you take a spoonful of this soup, and you are able almost unconsciously you watch as the waters in the pitchers brought to you from the Yuang tea waiter splash up and out of the pitchers and then begin rapidly just surrounding you like a torrent of water as you immediately black out. As you black out, you wake up, and this is going to be a combination of two things, okay?
Okay.
As I wanted to touch on, see, this is the thing, everybody. I have a psych degree, and this was.
We know.
This
we
was.
know.
I wanted to just really tap into what I understand about these characters.
We know.
This is going to be a
Drew.
combination of childhood fear and present fear. So don't think I didn't do my research here.
Okay, fuck me up. Let's go.
As you come back to it, as you are looking across a shoreline, you immediately recognize basically the line of trees leading to the beach, leading to the water, and you are able to see through the trees Terraborg Manor. You're back on the Grip Isle in this moment.
Okay.
And you understand that you are in a point of history which you were taught about in great detail. As you are able to look and see corpses littered around the beach. And you're able to see just at the edge of the sand, just out of reach of the waves lapping at their knees, Feldspar, Jasper, Coral, Pearl, Aragonite, and Calcite kneeled down right before the water. And you're able to see faceless figures, their heads kind of bathed in shadow, walking around with axes and swords drawn. And you're able to watch as these people walk up and place their blades against your family's throats as the manor in the distance erupts into flames. In that moment, you then feel a tug at your hand. You look at it?
I turn to it.
As you look down, you do not see a child. You see the child. And as this child squeezes your hands and looks up at you, baby blue eyes, maybe only 7 or 8 years old, just looks at you and goes, "Drown them.
Drown them all.
Can I say anything?
Do you wish to say anything?
Instinctively, I try to like tug my hand out of their grip and say, no, I can't.
As you rip your hand away from the child's hand, and as you bring your hand kind of like up, you bring it like kind of like up towards your head, like, you know, in like an instinctive manner, you realize as you bring your hand up, the entire sea responds to your gesture, and even through the simple action of raising your arm, you watch as the water recedes by several hundred yards before the largest tsunami you have ever seen comes bearing down easily a mile into the sky, crashing down on top of you. You realize that in this moment, as this wave is approaching, even though you and your people cannot drown, this water coming in from the sea is going to crush everybody on this shore to death and drown the grip isle completely. Any last thoughts before you are submerged?
So I'm on the shoreline and my family is in front of me?
Yes.
Facing the water?
Facing the water, yes.
Not facing me?
Not facing you, no.
I run over and kneel beside them and try to get a glimpse at their faces.
As you rush over, you watch all the slavers here drop their weapons and begin running further in, like into the forest, like towards the manor, as if that will do anything. And as you drop to your knees and you look at your mother and your father in your face, you realize that as their eyes dart between the sea approaching all of you and you realize that in this moment they are more terrified of you than they are of their imminent deaths.
Is the same for my siblings?
In this moment, as you look over to your siblings, before you're even able to clock what their emotions are, everybody is washed away in a current of debris and of sand and of water, as you are now deep, deep underwater. And as you are washed away in this moment, as you come to your senses after being tumbled around, you realize that although you are unable to drown, the manor having been swept away, the corpses being moved in the water, if you stay within the current that you're currently in, this undercurrent, you will be thrashed against rocks or cut to shreds by debris. And as you look up, you're able to see. It almost looks like the surface is under the siege of a great storm. But you need to swim upward right now.
Is my family... Can I see my family around me?
Completely gone.
I swim up.
As you swim up, you're able to see the underside of a ship coming through with basically silhouetted against the light of the full moon. And you realize that it is your only hope as you begin to swim upwards. Yorda.
Yeah.
This is going to work a little bit differently for you.
Okay.
Because you want to... What do you want to do again?
Divine Sense, which... Yeah, you're right. It might not do what I want it to, but I can detect good and evil, and I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, or I know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
As you sit here, all this kind of begins happening like one at a time. Very rapidly of like, it's Rhyme 1 second, it's Olive the next, it's Cowrie the next, and then it's finally her. And as this chain begins going, immediately kind of as you cast that, Rhyme and Olive, they both have, that chain is now linked. And you realize, as you're trying to sense any kind of like divine energy circling around this place, and you realize that for some reason, there's a great amount of celestial energy coming off of Rhyme in this moment as he consumes his food and goes into this kind of trance. But as that happens, strangely enough to you, as Olive then takes her bite and the water explodes and begins roiling around her, you realize that that same energy is almost mirrored within her. And you would have to imagine that these energies, like as they begin to go into these trances, are linked together. Confusing, but does that explanation make sense?
You said Rhyme and then her, or Rhyme and Olive?
Sorry, when I said her, I meant like the pronoun, not the name. So I meant Rhyme and then Olive. Yeah, it gets confusing sometimes. So Rhyme then Olive, you're like, oh, like some kind of energy, like some kind of experience is linked together in this moment, which doesn't make a lot of sense to you. But you're able to recognize that because it's like this is like some kind of powerful divine energy linking their experiences.
Divine or celestial?
Potato, tomato.
Okay.
You know how many words I gotta say for this game?
And you say them so well.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Guess what that does?
And you then realize, like,
Confirms-
I'm sorry, so sorry. The waiter comes over and is like, "Would you like anything?"
I'm all right. Thank you.
I am.
Can I look at you? I don't know how to.
I am. Yes. My name is Sai. You can look at me.
Nothing for me, please. Thank you.
You're not
This
going.
seat's fucking terrible.
Some people find it endearing. Sai.
and slithers away. And you realize that as the chain is happening, the food is about to touch on to Cowrie's lips, and you're like, let's see if that energy persists. You're like, let's investigate more. Cowrie, what's your pick your poison?
I'm going to take like a turkey or a chicken leg or something, and I'm just going to take a big bite.
As you take a big bite and you rip away from it, Cowrie, immediately for you, what happens is your eyes momentarily dart around before you black out, and you recognize in this moment two very unique things happen. The first thing that happens, you're able to hear every single conversation happening in the entire restaurant simultaneously and with perfect accuracy. Overwhelming amount of information immediately. And then you watch as everybody in the restaurant kind of like, and they begin mouthing words, kind of like touching their mouths, as you realize the entire restaurant has gone entirely silent. As you then black out. Yes, I did stop the music. And here's why. Cowrie, as you come back into your mind, you are on the open water. You look down, you're on a ship. You are currently on the Barn. And as you look around, kind of taking your surroundings, and you realize that there's not a person in the riggings, there's no person at the helm, no one's manning any guns, there's no floorboards creaking, there's no beds shifting. It seems like there's no one on this vessel at all. And even as you listen into the nature around you, only thing that you can hear is the slight splashing of the water up against the boards of the ship, as there don't even seem to be any seabirds around to caw. What would you do in this moment?
Oh man. I kind of look around and kind of hearing how silent it is first just gonna yell, "Hello? Hello?"
As you open your mouth to scream hello, your tongue moves and your lips move, but there is no sound that comes out.
Tries to like scream as loud as I can.
The horrifying image of a face eyes pinched, mouth stretched, with no sound coming out, as you're unable to make a single sound.
Then first I'm going to start, in case there's any, looking around the ship kind of frantically. I'm gonna like stomp my boot on the ground a bunch of times in case there's anyone here.
As if to make some kind of melody, as your boot slams into the deck of the ship, there is nothing.
Oh.
You are unable to make any noise whatsoever. As horrifiedly you recognize that in this moment, not only are you alone once again on the open sea, you are unable to make any noise whatsoever. Although, give me a perception check real quick.
That's a 24.
24? You're not entirely alone. Because as you kind of like rotate around, just kind of looking like, just kind of like wordlessly screaming, you do have your shadow here as the sun is high in the sky beating down upon you. And you watch as your shadow begins to curl itself up off of the docks, almost stitched onto your heels until it is standing directly behind you.
When I turn, does it stay behind me?
As you turn directly into the hand of your own shadow, which is now clasped across your face, and with the shadow's other hand, a thumb as sharp as a knife, and cuts your throat clean across. You are then able to, as you are then bleeding, you are seemingly by your own shadow carried to the edge of the ship and thrown overboard into the sea. As you crash into the sea, you sink for what feels like an eternity. And as you continue to sink, your eyes blink slower and longer as suddenly your eyes shoot open, you take in a gasp of water, you're able to breathe underwater as you then are able to recognize lightning crashing across the sky and a bad storm occurring directly above the surface. Above you as well, you're able to see the moonlight silhouetting the bottom of a ship.
I swim towards it.
As you, badly injured, swim towards the ship, it's your only hope. You swim towards that ship. Perfect. Her. My phone died.
No!
Maybe if I poke it enough, it'll come back.
That's the end of the session.
Greatest fear of all.
Dun 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 dun.
Her, what's pick your poison? What do you want to eat?
Is there wine on the table?
There is wine on the table, yes.
Does it look like it's enchanted?
It's spiced wine and the glass is rimmed with some kind of cayenne pepper.
I take a straw first and I put in the wine.
You see a bunch of like elven nobles like, oh.
You hear a few like French accents from out of turn. Like,
I'm just trying, or if there's a bottle on the table, I just want to like take a sip of that first before I pick the food.
Excellent. As you grab the wine, as you breaking every rule the Duke taught you, you take a swig of the wine back, and you're able to watch as the metal of the chains kind of separating the wall, that like the half wall separating the customers. You're able to just watch. You see this as well as you're able to watch as electricity begins jumping from her to the half walls, up the half walls, arcing around different like metal support structures, and then arcing then back to her. As her, you black out.
Okay, great.
Her, as you black out. Give me 1 second, because I was having difficulty finding this, but let me just see if I can find this real quick. I need to find...
how we doing, guys?
Oh yeah, how's everyone doing?
Great! So good! Everything's fine.
I'm being chilling. You guys are not.
As somebody said in our Zoom chat, when the frat boys designated driver, you know it's bad. That was Kate.
But Yorda, you're gonna be so hungry.
Is he frozen?
He's blacked out.
Nope,
Very
just
still.
so
He ate
still.
the fear thing in real life.
Me?
No,
No,
you.
Nico.
Oh, okay.
Kate made it funny and you didn't hear it.
It's
No.
okay.
You awake as you open up your eyes. You awake to the deafening crash of thunder and lightning, and you awake to the feeling of golf ball-sized rain droplets pelting into your face. As you wake up, as you stand up, you look around, you realize that you are back on the captain's deck, on the top deck of the ship that you woke up on at the beginning of this story.
Okay.
And you realize that in this moment, you are in the worst storm you have ever experienced. You watch as your sails are completely tattered, rips coming down them, rigging is flying dangerously all around, thrashing about, cracking wooden beams. You watch as crates and barrels slosh to one side, destroying each other, and you see the helm spinning out of control. And you understand, if you do not get this ship course corrected right now, this ship is going to capsize and kill you.
Are there people on the ship?
There is no one on the ship.
Okay. Cool. I think I'm just gonna try and grab the wheel, or like they have a wheel. I'm gonna try to do my best with what I have and try to steer this
Clumpin',
thing.
take the wheel.
Speaking about Clumpin, as you grab onto the helm of the ship, all you can hear, intermixed with the lightning and the wind of the storm, you hear screaming. Just endless screaming of anger and of sadness and of anguish and of torment. It's never-ending wailing.
This is like a weird question, but could it potentially be my screaming, or is this just like not? Or is this something else?
Did you just guess that it was your screaming? Because that's a spot-on guess. This is your
Yeah, I
voice
just guessed
screaming.
it.
This is your voice screaming at you right now.
Okay.
In storms like this, your chances of survival are incredibly bleak, and you understand some kind of larger force operating around you right now. But there's a certain amount of solace that you take in this, and the emotions that you feel in this moment are somewhat not even your own, but just kind of like you are able to recognize them as you realize, at least in this storm, you will be the only one that dies if this goes down. Your friends are not here to sink with you, which would make this infinitely worse.
Okay.
That is until you're able to watch as a shirtless, burned Rhyme, a blood-covered, throat-cut Cowrie, and a disheveled, water-beaten Olive climb their way up the side of your vessel and onto the main deck.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna try and yell at them and be like, "Hey, are you okay?" I don't know if it's actually them or if it's like the fear spell, if that makes sense.
Okay. As you cry out to them, just give me a quick performance check to see if your voice cuts through.
Performance? Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. As that happens, Rhyme, Olive, Cowrie, you're able to look over and you see her at the helm of this ship, struggling to maintain control, call out to you guys.
I run to her.
Same.
Runs over.
I think as they're running over, I'm like, no, we got it. The ship, it's breaking. We need to stay afloat. And then I start pointing to what is it? The sail.
Yeah, the main mast and the riggings and all of that.
Ship.
Can I, like... Because I feel like I'm also probably covered in frost. Can I, like, send the frost up the main mast to keep it from breaking?
You almost certainly can do that. Olive and Coward, do you guys want to just, like, help out? No need to, like, get specific. Do you want to, like, help out on the ship as well?
Yeah, I follow her orders.
Yes and yes, excellent. So Rhyme, you want to, like, repair the main mast. Cowrie, where would you run to go help?
If Rhyme is repairing the mast, I'm gonna like climb up into the rigging to like hold on to like the sails and stuff and like do all the whatever it is that keeps the sails where they're supposed to be.
Okay, perfect. Olive, what are you doing?
Is her still like clutching the wheel?
I would assume so, yes.
I you know what? I'll look at you. I'll be like, you take the wheel. I'm gonna go do something else.
Then I would take the wheel.
You take the wheel. Her, what do you do to help out?
So we got the mast, we got the sails. What else is looking pretty damaged?
The ship might be sinking beneath the deck. Also you would need a navigator because you don't know if you're gonna run into anything.
Do I have my powers or anything?
In this moment, I'm gonna say you're just you. You are present in this moment.
Just me. Okay. Geez, I don't even know if a navigator would help. I will try my best to see like if we have any major flooding underneath.
Okay. Her, you disappear down into the depths of the ship. 3 things are seen. Rhyme, you're freezing up the mast. Olive at the helm. Cowrie, within the rigging of the ship, as you kind of like climb up like near the crow's nest, you're trying to get like everything battened down, trying to get like ropes all tied off, make sure like just stop these things from wailing around, just smacking people and potentially killing your friends. Still unable to make any kind of noise.
Oh.
As in the storm above you, a lightning bolt cracks out and briefly illuminates your ship and the sea around you. As you peer down from the rigging, deep into the sea, rapidly approaching you at an ungodly speed, you're able to see a hand shoot towards the ship. A hand larger than one you've ever seen in your entire life, which looks as though it is going to slam into the bottom of the ship and completely destroy it.
Oh gosh, I can't yell to warn anyone.
As you see that, eyes most likely go wide. Olive and Rhyme, both of you on the basically both of you on the top deck. Rhyme doing your best to repair the mast. Olive kind of like steering the ship essentially. What you guys are able to see is in this streak of lightning, it illuminates the front of the ship, briefly illuminating through the clouds in front of you. Visibility being almost next to nothing without this lightning crack. You're able to see a ship as big as 3 man-of-wars stuck together end to end. You see it emerge from the storm, coming directly towards you guys, looking to ram you head on. And without warning, you're able to watch as the front of this ship opens up horizontally, completely breaks open. The splintered wood, like hungry teeth, as it seems with the height of this ship and the width of it now with its open jaws, is going to consume your vessel whole.
I'm going to run to Olive to try and protect her.
And I try to, like, swerve the ship out of the way.
You toss the helm to one side. Her, as you rush down the stairs to the bottom deck, you're able to see that the bottom deck is slightly illuminated. And as you're looking around for any kind of breach in the hull, trying to see if you can stop anything, you're able to see a figure. 5'8", 6 feet tall, walking with a cane.
Would this look like the person that was rolling the dice?
within their hand, you hear dice being rolled, and you're able to see with each step they take a searing footprint left in green fire as they walk the bottom sections of this ship. As this figure looks back to you, their head moving, you're able to see nothing but a skull. A human skull engulfed in green fire. Look at you and go, "You!" Point its finger out towards you, her. Open up its palm, and you feel a tightness around your neck as you are lifted off of the ground and begin to fly towards this figure.
Am I like choking?
Yes, you're currently choking.
Okay.
As you are choking and flying towards this figure, Cowrie, you watch as this hand, this ginormous hand, slams into the bottom of the ship, instantly destroying the bottom section of it. Her, you are able to feel this hand grasp around your neck and immediately snap your neck. And Olive and Rhyme, you watch. Rhyme, you're sprinting towards Olive in this moment, and Olive, you are able to see. Rhyme, you're back to this. Olive, you're able to see this ship widen and completely encircle your currently being destroyed ship. All these things happening simultaneously. And as all of that is happening, as these cataclysmic destructive events happen, you all wake up back in the Triple F Tavern. Olive, your water falls and splashes on all of you. Cowrie, the tavern goes back to its usual raucous noise. Rhyme, you wake up and you can't really see anything because there's ice covering your eyes and basically locking your hands to the table. And you wake up, your eyes roll back into your head, which then roll back to being able to see things as the electricity fades away from you as you all wake back up.
So how was that?
How did it look?
Not fun.
Was that actually you all on that ship?
I could see you.
Felt it.
Okay. I look up at the person who I forget her name. That's
No, don't look at Gretel.
I'm not looking at her. I'm gonna like speak to her and I'll be like, "Is this what Rahi wanted? Is this it?"
You're kind of like keeping your head down a little bit, and you're able to see her like disgustingly like yellowed, overgrown fingernails kind of like tapping on the table as she goes,
Why, yes. She paid for the most intense experience we could provide.
And if I take another bite, is the same thing gonna happen or is something new gonna happen?
I cannot tell you what you would see.
This is your food.
She kind of like stands up and goes,
Well, the deepest fears of those that walk into our establishment, we have no control over those. We simply bond the two.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Everybody here at the table right now who ate the food, Olive, Cowrie, Rhyme, and her, give me a quick persuasion check.
19.
Persuasion?
24.
13.
13.
9.
Looks over to you, her, and goes,
Well, I expected your crew and yourself to be of tougher stock. I see no reason that you would have to finish your meals. It seems the experience has been had.
as you all are, even like in this 1 second that you blacked out with all these things happening, immediately it's like when you're scared, and then after when you're scared, your body kind of like catches up with you, and you can feel yourselves begin to like stress, sweat, and you begin to like feel your like breath kind of like you begin panicking after the experience is done, if that makes any sense. As Gretel goes,
Well then, I hope that was effective for all of you.
Looks over to you, Yorda. Probably your head still probably like in your hands. Goes,
And I hope you would come back and experience whatever R.O.A.C.H.Y can provide for you. You seem tougher than the rest.
Don't count on it.
Is it possible for me to like stealthily take a piece and like put it in my back pocket or something?
what a fucking idea! Give me a quick.
Oh, he's so smart.
These people do not give to-go boxes, so give me a quick stealth check.
Can I help her by just
chuck
like
my plate in the air?
Can I help her by just like smashing the frost just really loudly?
Rhymes is better than mine.
I love the idea of like one bite is had and experience had in like 15, 20 seconds, and then immediately it's like the person that didn't have it being like, fuck this, and just flipping the goddamn.
So do I get advantage?
Yeah, I'd say you give advantage, yeah. And also as Rhyme begins to like smash the frost off.
Okay.
Rhyme, I
Like
got
of
it.
hand,
Bonk.
you said, or stealth?
bonking time.
Whatever's more appropriate for you.
It's more.
They're both a +3. I only got a 15.
Give me 1 second, 'cause I'm gonna look up Gretel's stats real quick.
Time to
no.
morb up.
Because this place does not want you taking these things out of the location.
Yeah. Dang it.
Only, this has to be a 14 or higher for her to see that.
Okay. Roll bad.
And it's me, so obviously she didn't get it, so.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh.
You are able to very stealthily, like as Yorda flips the table, and as Yorda, not the table, but like the plate. Yeah, sorry about that. Man, this no review on Yelp. This is so funny.
5 stars.
So I think I take 2 little portions. Just,
Okay.
and like take it with
What
me.
do you take? Like,
I think I'm like, if there's like biscuits, I take like 2 biscuits.
okay, you just have, swiftly, you just
Or
kind of
like 2 pieces of bread.
you kind of like grab like a napkin, just kind of like, and just kind of like grab them real quick.
Yeah.
As Gretel goes,
Well, she wanted you to have these and assumed that you would know what it would mean.
and Gretel, from like a satchel across her side, reaches in and, completely soaking wet and slimy and smelling terrible, her walks over to you at the head of the table. You're still not looking, correct?
Right.
And onto your plate of food, sorry, your empty plate, given you just had wine, puts a little plushie down on your plate. It's a stuffed animal. As you look at this stuffed animal, this is a stuffed animal of a Bengal tiger, orange and black striped as it is. And you're able to recognize that this Bengal tiger has like a wide open mouth, almost like a smile across. It's clearly like a children's toy, like leather straps and a saber at his side. This is a plushie of Thrill of Life.
Of the what?
Thrill of Life from the Impulse Buy.
Our next stop.
As you look at the plushie, though, the stuffed animal, something's weird about it, though. Because where the eyes of Thrill of Life's little plushie should be are almost like electrified, burned out fabric.
Okay, first, can I do like an insight or on it or anything? Like,
You can give me like, yeah, sure, give me an insight on it, yeah.
Insight. That's gonna be an 18.
18? This is a clue. This is not something that's like supposed to be super obvious, but this is leading me somewhere.
Okay.
Olive and Cowrie, can you both give me investigation checks with advantage?
Let's go, baby. Go. Investigation?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
20?
15.
15. Both of you would know, like both of you, the words kind of click into your head as you say it, but I'm not going to give it away immediately. What is missing from this doll?
The eyes.
Yes. The eyes of what?
The eye of the tiger?
Dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Eye of the tiger.
Tiger's eye. There's something that's tiger's eye. I don't have my map, but
I don't see it.
Cowrie and Olive and Rhyme kind of like looking around, like kind of figuring that together. You're like, the eyes of tigers, like the tiger's eye, something like that. And you guys are able to remember from a while ago, maybe whether this is from previous full moon festivals. Nico, something's lovely apparently.
Ah,
We can hear something.
ah.
Are you watching the Yankees game?
It's fine. It's all right.
Game finished 3 hours ago.
Go
I was
Yankees.
watching a Rangers thing. Go Yankees.
And as you guys are thinking about that, you remember back from a while ago, there's like a bit of a tradition for something called the Fight in the Moonlight. And the tradition is for the host of that fight, an individual known as the All-Hearer, to take the winners of that fight to a known brothel tavern shop known as the Tiger's Eye within the district of Kipyup, nearby to the Aphrodite Temple.
Are we gonna go see Bean?
With everybody except for her putting that together, you guys kind of know where you have to go now.
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead.
No, so I relay that information to her.
Okay, great. I'm gonna storm out of the restaurant.
Understandable.
And I'm going to make a perception check to see if Rahi's around. And as I'm going out, I'm gonna also be like, Kaori, message Rahi right now. Tell her I need to meet her with her one-on-one. This is childish. This is annoying. I need to see her.
I'll send a message in a couple different directions. I'll just kind of guess and check. Rahi!
Radar or sonar.
Till she answers.
Well, if she was within 60 feet of us, I would have sensed her with Divine Sense.
Oh,
'cause
true.
I
True.
picked up on her celestial stuff before.
Gotcha. All right.
So
Can I
is
just
she
do a
here?
perception check if
Question
she's
mark.
still in the tree?
Yes, you can.
They're in the trees.
Mm-hmm. It's a 17.
17. I'll say that with that kind of perception, you guys remember that Rahi flew away before you guys even went into there. And so she probably already assumes that you picked up on this breadcrumb and is far away from here now.
Okay. Yeah,
But
that's great.
But given she has to verify that you guys go to these places, she's probably somewhere nearby to the Tiger's Eye.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Okay. With that, you get up, you fucking throw your napkin, don't leave any tip, and you storm out of the building.
Before we go, up until this point, Kaori has mostly kind of been holding their throat and kind of like humming to keep making sure that their voice is still working. And before we leave, I want to... Is Gretel Shoestare still at the table?
Yeah.
Is she nearby?
She seems to be, as much as you can kind of like peer, she seems to be just enjoying how frustrated you all look.
I am not going to look at her, but I want to cast Silent Image so that it looks like I'm looking directly at her, even though I'm not. And I want to say to her, Gretel, thank you for the lovely evening. You are beautiful as always. Hope to see you again soon. And I'm gonna stand up and start to leave.
Gretel kind of like moves past your silent image and like gets close to you once again and goes,
Far more polite than I expected. But of course, always happy to be of service, and you and your friends are always welcome back. At a discount, of course.
Oh, thank you. That's
Would hate to have you go to anywhere subpar.
of course. And I'm gonna.
Kaori gets up, leaves.
I'll get
Rhyme.
up after Kaori. Oh,
Yeah, no,
sorry.
no,
I'll get up
what's
after
up, what's up, what's up?
Kaori. I'm not gonna check where she is by looking for her feet. I'm just gonna flip off in front of me and just follow Kaori. So I don't know who I flipped off. I think I flipped her off, and I left.
As you're walking, you're just kind of flipping off, and as you kind of like shoulder check some guy coming in, you just hear like, "What did I ever do to you?" Just as you walk out of the building.
You're the
Is it
maiden
Frank?
enemy.
Is it Frank from earlier?
No, this is some random fucking pirate
Fucking
guy.
Frank.
Named Calico or something. I don't know. As you just walk out of the.
Calico,
Bonnet.
Calico, you're this new enemy.
This is just a whole lot of.
Fucking.
Beard.
I'm here to make edit. I'm gonna do that next time we go to a bar. I'm just gonna start flipping off in every direction. Oh, I'm going red.
Is it for Rick and Morty or something?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it's for something.
I do not. I don't remember. Okay, so that's.
I'm not taking you to a bar this weekend if that's what you're gonna do.
Somehow-
Yoda, why'd you put this information?
I'm not here to
in
start
your phone?
fights, but I am here to make enemies. All right, so then Olive and Rhyme presumably get up and leave as well in any special way.
You go. If anything.
Rhyme is just his knuckles are going white, and everywhere he touches, frost just whoosh, like spreads out uncontrollably. He tries to take a couple breaths to settle himself. It doesn't work, so he just gets up like chairs scraping against the wood, and every step he takes, he leaves frost spreading out behind him.
Okay.
Damn.
As you kind of just
Drew, I have a question.
Yes.
Looking at Gretel, is that a save or an immediate thing?
Let me get her ability up.
Just curious.
Don't do
No
it.
reason. No
I
reason.
walked away. You don't get plus.
It is a
4 to
save. It is a save.
What is the save?
The save for this would be it is only a DC 11 Wisdom save.
Oh.
Then I will get up, turn, and I will look at Gretel Shoestair.
Okay. You see that face. Please make a DC 11 Wisdom save.
With pleasure. Easy. Wisdom save?
Yes, a
17.
Wisdom save. 17. This person is, as you're kind of like, you have your eyes to the ground and you kind of just realize in your mind, this person is a creature of the sea. And your people, by definition, have the sea coursing through them. There is nothing that she can be that would frighten you more than the idea of her. And as you look up and you see her horrific fish-like face, you realize that although she is ugly by every definition of the word, she is nothing to be feared. As you're able to look her directly in the eye, the first person to do so in a very long time.
I just hold eye contact with her for like a beat, blink a couple times. And I just say, Miss Schuster, it's been a pleasure. I would say you're always welcome at the Triple S Tavern, but it might be bad for business. And I leave.
Oh,
Give
I
me
love how all of it's just being like, psych bitch, I'm a badass.
give me a persuasion or an intimidation check.
21 persuasion.
As you heel turn and leave the tavern, you get the feeling that although the rivalry is still very much there, as Gretel, you can just feel Gretel's wide eyes just peering at you as you feel like, even though...
Oh, of course, I steal a glance back.
Oh, as you steal a glance back, as you just kind of like see a glimmer in her eyes, you're able to realize that like, Beef is still there. You've just earned her respect.
Let's go!
As you walk out of the tavern, as you all meet again outside. and you recognize that kind of like, again, now that it is evening as the sun begins to set, you're all covered in sweat coming down from basically a fight or flight moment, at least most of you are, and a long night's rest would be the best thing before continuing onward.
Well then, shall we head back to Kipyup?
It's been a long day.
Why don't we go back to the Triple S Tavern?
Is that closer, or would Tiger's Eye be?
Probably heading back to the Triple S just so you wouldn't have to pay for anything.
That's true. That's true. On a new day.
Yeah.
I lead. Yeah, I lead the way.
Can I make another perception check to see if Yasa's around or if she's looking at us or anything?
Sure. As you guys are walking back to the Triple S, just give me a perception check real quick.
Everybody? Or
that's
just
like
her?
It's a
No, just her. What was it again?
15.
A 15. No, no signs of her streaking in the sky. Hold on, wait a minute, pause.
Hey, yo!
Hold on.
Pause!
I wasn't
Pause!
even gonna say anything.
I wouldn't have done as you did.
Fucking, there's no sign of her. There's no sign of her leaving her scars across the sky. As you guys continue walking, and as you get back to the Triple S Tavern, give me just 1 second here to get some music up. You guys are able to walk in. We'll do role play with the Duke a little bit later because I got a little bit more. I got one more thing that I want to do before we wrap up. We're getting there.
Of course.
As you guys are able to go in, you guys have long conversation with the Duke, which I bet would be very interesting. As you guys are all able to go and seemingly go. The Duke goes like, "You all smell absolutely terrible. You seem like you have been stressed out or something." As in, he has a fucking full tip jar. Like, you want to slap a man with a face this good? Look at this. I made like 20 gold today.
Nothing smells worse than stress sweat.
Truly. And would everybody here like to just go to sleep? Just kind of sleep through the night and just wait for the next day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my usual, give a couple coins to the bagman so he doesn't take me in the night.
Of course.
I won't forget.
Toss a coin to
To
your
your
bagman.
Go ahead.
The only thing, I'm gonna leave my door not fully open, but cracked ajar a little bit before I go to sleep.
Cracked a jar a little bit before you go to sleep. Okay, makes absolute sense.
And I'll read, assuming the notes in my room, I will read said note.
Yes, you're able to read
I
that
thought
note.
you can't read.
I can read enough.
You can piece it together.
I couldn't read a book, but I can read a piece of paper.
Drew, if we have time, can I do a little thing?
Yes, what do you want to do?
I want to go find Coral. If he's in the tavern.
Yes, not a problem at all. Let me just very quickly. Let me just grab this. I just need to make sure all the music is all good. I had to leave and reset my queue.
Oh no!
Not the cue.
Whoa.
Oh.
You're able to hear as you all kind of retreat back to your rooms, having some kind of much needed alone time to kind of process what just happened to Arthur with all of you. You can hear Coral on the 3rd floor just strumming his lute on the balcony.
I walk out and join him.
Olive, hello. Just kind of turns, still strumming. Feet kind of kicks him and goes, "Pull up a chair, join me, please."
Just for a bit. I don't want to. It's been a bit of a long day. I don't want to stay up too late.
I can understand that. It's been a eventful couple of days for all of us.
And I turn to Coral and make eye contact with him, and I ask, "Coral, are you afraid of me?"
He stops strumming and kind of puts his lute next to him and goes, "Am I afraid of you? No, I'm not afraid of you."
Insight check.
Yeah, definitely.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Coral's looking at you right now with fascination. He thinks that's an interesting question, but he also, you get the sense that like you get the sense that your magic has never really freaked him out, and that your first instance of your magic, that being, again, your growth, he seemed enamored by that, not afraid.
Is the rest of the family afraid of me?
He kind of just like puts his lute on his lap and kind of just leans forward and goes, I mean, I can't just speak with... If they are, they keep it hidden really well. I wouldn't imagine... You understand how mother and father can be, but I've never seen them treat you in any kind of way that I would assume. They never talk to me about it if they are, but I don't think so.
Okay. If they were, you'd tell me, right?
He puts a hand out to try to like grab yours and just kind of like hold you there for a second and goes, "If they were, well, you'd probably walk in on me slapping them silly and trying to change their mind."
I give him a big ol' hug.
Big hug. As he goes, "Now, I think it's a good idea that we all get some sleep and have a good day tomorrow."
Yes, I'm sorry to spring on you like this.
He puts an arm on your shoulder and goes, "Better if you didn't. I mean, well, better than if you didn't."
If you have time though, and I would, if he'll allow me, I would stay up late telling him about the events of what happened in the food chain, because we haven't had time to discuss that.
Right about that. And he has like a huge black eye and is like, "Yes, because I was a stowaway. The hippo people are very mean, I will say."
Yes, I'm not quite ready to go to bed yet, if that's all right.
They turned on a dime, exactly.
Show him my scar. Miss Wheel still shot me.
Jesus Christ, you got shot! That's a through and through. It's in the back and the front.
I couldn't keep the bullet. I lost it.
Damn. Would have been a cool thing to put on the mantle next to the crown.
And we'd stay up late, swapping stories about that fateful day.
As you chat about that. Okay, makes sense. As you stay up, I'm going to ask everybody here for something, okay?
I was going to ask if I could quickly ask the Duke one question.
Yes, what do you want to ask?
I just want to go up to him and ask him, I think I asked him about the guy rolling the dice and he didn't know.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask him, do you remember anyone with green flames all around them, a skull?
Looks at you and goes, "I cannot say I've heard that story in particular. Now, if you want to ask around for other, that seems like something that would be kind of legendary, something like mystical, something like that. If you would wish to ask around for the various pirate people, Phoebe seems like she is very much in tune with that kind of thing. There's also R.O.A.C.H.Y, the head roll. Perhaps the Symbol Palace has some information, but I cannot say I've heard that myself."
Okay. Is Joe Jabber up?
Joe Jabber is not in the building right now.
That's fine. All right. That's fine.
He's out joeing and jabbering elsewhere.
All right. I'll just be like,
Can't
all
play
right.
with all your toys at once.
I'll just like put
We'd
my
be here another half hour. With you.
Exactly, yes.
I put my hand on like the Duke's back. I'm like, all right, well, have a good night, and I head upstairs.
I certainly will. I need to get to bed early. I have an early shift tomorrow.
You keep cracking at it. You're doing an amazing job.
I will. Honestly, of all the options for us to make this money to pay off this debt, I did not expect a stable 9-to-5 to be the way, but here we are, so...
All right, well, have a good night.
All right, sleep
Get
well.
those tips tomorrow.
They head off. You both head off to go to sleep. Yorda, anything, or are you just heading out right off to bed?
Nah. I'll do my little routine, like a little prayer before bed, and then go to bed a little happy, thinking about my sister.
Perfect.
That she's somewhere. and I left the door open in case she wants to fucking break into my room again.
With all of that, excellent. As you all kind of settle in for the night, can I get a perception check from everybody here, except for Rhyme, as you all just kind of like drift off to sleep? All of you being able to kind of like move on from Coral after a conversation, and go to bed.
Perception check?
Yes.
Just flat?
Yes.
18.
18?
17.
17?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
16.
16. It's late at night. Maybe 3 a.m., 4 a.m. It's very quiet. But Cowrie, after the silence that you experienced within the bar, you're grateful for any kind of noise. And you hear something a little bit strange as you're able to hear boards creaking within the tavern in an odd kind of way. It sounds like multiple footsteps of people like kind of moving around. Your eyes kind of like open up. What do you do?
Kind of looking for any excuse to not be as alone as I was on that ship. I'm immediately going to go seek out whatever it is.
As you get up, you very carefully open up your door, and you're able to walk out. And as you're walking out to like the kind of like balcony, so basically it's like your door, like a small balcony overlooking the actual bar area, a railing, and then an overlook to the bar. Make sense?
Yeah.
As you step out, your foot kind of slips a little bit, and as you look down, you realize that you just slipped on ice.
Mm.
And you realize that oh, what's up? What's up?
Huh? No. Keep going.
You look to your right, and you're able to see an open doorway to your right. You see almost like a small path of ice leading out from the doorway, coming to your left, leading down the stairs, and then walking towards the door, you see 3 figures carrying what looks like a statue made of ice towards the door.
Oh!
You see one of these figures quickly turns around, pulls down her hood, and you're able to see the black-haired human face of Anna back from the well. And as you see her, she looks up at you and goes, shh, and kind of like gestures for you to come over.
I'll go down to her.
She comes over. She goes like, "Okay, hi."
Actually, before as
Yeah,
I'm walking down, I'm going to send a message to frick. We'll die about it. I'm gonna send a message to Yorda. And I'm gonna say, don't come out, don't make a scene, but there's people here and they're taking Rhyme. Just like maybe go wake everyone up, but be quiet. And I'm gonna run down to Anna.
Okay.
You hear a large thud come from the.
Oh my god! Wrong choice.
What's that?
Okay, excellent. Yorda, you get that command from Cowrie. Cowrie, you run down the stairs towards Anna. Yorda, how do you respond to that command?
With Al from falling to the floor, but okay, and then I will stealthily creep my way upstairs and knock on everyone's door.
I need a stealth check really quickly.
Okie dokie.
Because again, this is a line that Anna's looking at Cowrie right now, but it seems like basically Anna's looking at Cowrie. You will be very visible if you come out of your room right now.
So jingly, I'm so distracted.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
I'll just stab with better. 16.
16. Okay.
Pink Panther.
Okay. Yorda, you're able to exit out of your room and
If
begin.
it helps me at all, I'm gonna army crawl my way out of my room.
You elbows and knees just begin as your
I'm not
armor.
wearing my armor.
Oh right, oh it's just you. Oh, okay, I
Armor
assume you never
stays
take
on.
it off.
I have a nice
Sorry,
sleep in my
babe. The armor stays on.
You unarmored are able to very quietly make your way over to each of the doors.
Yeah, stealthy cat.
Cowrie,
Exactly.
Cowrie, as you run down the stairs over to the statue, Anna looks at you and goes, "Hey kid, didn't expect to see you again. Hi, we gotta remain real quiet because we don't want to wake him up, okay?"
What? Why are you taking him? Where are you? Why? What?
You look over at the figures on either side, like kind of helping carry this like statue of Rhyme. You see it is a goblin and an orc man. You're able to notice this is Pojak and Suck, the same guys that helped in the Love Temple.
Suck. What?
You were, yeah, don't worry, it was mentioned very minorly. But as they kind of like stop for a second as Anna like, kind of like gives them like a quick hand signal, as Anna looks over and goes, "Look, there's a lot going on right now, a lot circling this, but we need to make sure that this guy right here stays nice and just quiet for a little bit. We can get this sorted out. We've known about this for a while. Okay? Would you
It is Rhyme, right?
Yes, so you're able to see.
Yeah.
So like you're able to see like Rhymes
No,
like
it's just a beautiful ice statue.
basically like in a statue of like essentially like almost like laid out on a bed, like almost like completely stiff as a board, horizontal. But like you watch as his face, you're able to see like the structure like of his face, like his bone structure, but his like ice is growing down from the forehead over and is almost like covering him in sheets of ice.
Okay. I say to Anna, look, I want to trust you, but it kind of fucking looks like you're kidnapping my fucking friend right now.
Okay, look, it's not kidnapping. We're co-workers, and we've worked together before. This is fine.
Nothing about this is fine.
Okay.
All my friends keep fucking disappearing.
Look, it's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be cool, all right? Look,
And she takes out a you notice she takes out a so she uncovers her wrist and there's like a gauntlet on her wrist and it has like different syringes, like basically like, different like pockets of like potions and stuff. And she goes like, look, we just gotta keep him unconscious for a little bit. We just need to get him to a safe place to make sure this doesn't come out because we got a bit of a notification. Look, he called us to come get him because I think he
Inside check. Fucking inside check. Fucking inside check on that. I don't trust this a bit. I don't trust it at all.
Good.
Inside check. Fucking natural 20 again. Let's go.
A natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay, here's gonna happen. Yorda, as you are, who do you go to first to get them out of their room?
Who's the closest to me? Fuck it. I'll live first.
Olive first.
Mom!
You very sneakily, you have to like on your side, like shimmy through the doorway, and
It's easier because of the ice. You could just slide across it.
you're able to come up to like, you see Olive's foot kind of like hanging off of the blanket, you kind of like give it a little bit of a shake. Olive, you pop up and you see Yorda there.
What's happening?
Mallory said that someone's taking Rhyme somewhere and there's ice in the hallway and I'm really confused.
Okay, let's go get the others.
Oh, we gotta be quiet.
Okay,
Okay.
I can do that.
Both of you give me a stealth check.
I'm sorry. This is so funny. I'm sure it's not funny to anybody else right now. I'm having a great
22.
Dirty 20.
22, dirty 20? Okay. Okay, excellent. You both get up and you guys begin to, like, you can see as you guys exit out, yeah, just all our army crawling behind Yorda.
I'm back on the ground. Olive doesn't have to join me.
I was kind of like, I'm just like walking quietly, and I see him doing like, should I? I join him.
You join him. Excellent. You guys are able to go and pop over to I'll say it's hers room really quickly.
Yeah.
As Cowrie, you're talking to Anna. Anna just lied to you very deliberately. Rhyme did not call Anna to come get him. They've just been in the area. You also recognize that when Anna said that she's going to go work like just east, like how she said she was going to slaver territory to go and do her job, that was a complete lie. You recognize that these people have been on your trail almost every step of the way.
Oh. Okay. First I'm gonna say to her, well, can I get the rest of my party? Can we all go with you?
I mean, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. As Anna points up towards the water genasi and the Leonin army crawling on the ground and goes, okay, so it seems like your friends are already awake, okay?
I stab her.
Oh, Darby. I'm going to need...
This is a mistake.
I'm going to
I already
need...
did it, though.
I'm going to need an initiative roll just from you.
We just
Just
eating
from me?
popcorn.
Just from you, okay?
Okay.
Mom,
This music is
This
popping
is the one that
the
I
fuck
keep
off.
rolling natural 20s with.
is this your AJ moment, Mox? Is this what happening?
Meanwhile, her is just like,
Wait. Would Carrie get a +4 from Yorda's aura, or are we not close enough?
No,
That's
not
just a
close
saving
enough,
throw.
sadly.
That's just a saving throw anyway.
It's been a long day. I'm passed out.
This is what my freaking new subclass is for.
Okay.
Let's go, baby. Believe.
Is it a one?
Flip my coin.
Yes, you can. For
I haven't used it yet today.
Sure,
on.
yes.
Okay. Because
Do
I
it.
rolled really bad.
Do it.
I just love that. I stab her.
Oh no.
Oh, buddy.
The same thing.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 2 for a 10.
It's
For 10?
close to a nat 20.
Close to a 20. I should have rolled a different die.
So she points out your friends behind you, and your first instinct is to go for so do you have do you put all of your stuff back on, or do you have just a dagger in your boot, basically? What do you have right now?
I'd like to think I don't have my swords or anything. I probably have a dagger on me at all times.
Excellent. So she kind of
For reasons.
she
Carrie sleeps with a knife under their pillow.
she puts the back of her hand on your arm and points behind you and goes well, I can see your Leonin friend up there with your water genasi friend crawling around on the floor for some reason. And with that,
We're sleep crawling.
you drop to your knee to grab the knife that's basically in your boot, essentially, to stab her. And as you grab the dagger and go up towards her ribs, you are able to feel a syringe jam into the back of your neck.
Oh, that can't be good.
As this syringe jams into the back of your neck, Olive and Yorda, you're able to and kind of push your way into hers room. You're able to kind of get up and just kind of gently push her on the shoulder and kind of wake her up. What do you guys say to her?
Shannon.
This is what it's for.
I think I just start grunting a bit in my sleep. I'm like, ugh.
I'm just shoving Shannon.
I'm like,
While
what?
she's doing that, can I peek down the steps to see what's happening?
Yes, as you peek down the steps to see what's happening, you are able to see Cowrie with no check immediately begins frothing at the mouth, and you watch as Anna basically Cowrie kneeled before Anna, Anna grabs Cowrie and basically kind of gently puts them on the floor. And you watch as Pojak and Suck with this ice statue rapidly sprint out of the door, as Anna is able to say to you, Cowrie, from everything I know about this is gonna be a real bad trip, but this is gonna be fine for you. So, again, real sorry it had to go this way. Just hope you wouldn't wake up. But just want to remind you that we are the good guys here, and you're gonna be fine. So, toodles. And then she puts you down on the floor as Cowrie, you are shaking on the ground, your mouth frothing as your consciousness begins to escape you. Yorda, you see all that happen.
Can I book it downstairs and go up to Cowrie and cast Lesser Restoration?
As you begin to cast Lesser Restoration on Cowrie, Anna puts her hood up and sprints after her party, and behind her is going to and chuck some kind of it's like a metal cylinder that once the top is pulled off,
Colorful rainbow smoke begins to pour out of it and begins to fill up the bottom section of the tavern.
So, can I, seeing this, not a smoke bomb, to my knowledge, a danger smoke bomb, can I drag Cowrie upstairs instead of casting the spell?
Yes, as you were able to grab onto Cowrie and begin dragging her upstairs, you notice that as you're kind of like running past, you see Rhyme's room on your way up is completely covered, ceiling, floor, walls, bed, in a foot of frost, to the point where it almost looks like he was chiseled out of the center of it, him solidifying the room. And as you kind of like bust back in, Olive and her still within the room, you chuck
Shannon.
I'm up at this point.
I'm just shaking her. Shannon!
You're able to chuck. You basically place Cowrie on the floor in the center as you're all looking down at her.
Do we need to go?
What's happened? What's happened? Am I just unconscious? I'm unconscious, right?
Yes, we'll get to that in 1 sec.
There's gas in the basement.
What?
It was fucking Anna. She
just
threw something. And now I will cast Lesser Restoration on Cowrie.
Can we look? Can I go and see what kind of smoke it is?
As you pop out, I'll just say, like, you're just kind of able to, as a storm sorcerer, just kind of like suck it in. This is a thick gas, but this is not toxic in any kind of way.
It was just a smoke bomb.
Can I just like walk to I guess run to like the front door and see if I can see them at all?
Take a stroll.
As you rush up to the front door and see if you can see them, you're able to see scorch marks leading down the street, seemingly to burn away and melt away some of the frost that was being made by Rhyme's form. And then you see, ducking quickly to the left into Livenleen, that smoke trail disappears behind a corner, as it seems like Anna and her crew with Rhyme's body have disappeared into the alleyways. With that, Yorda, as you Lesser Restoration Cowrie, you realize something very strange here, and Olive, you have something relevant here as well.
I was worried about that.
As you are, because the Lesser Restoration in this instance, you're trying to heal, you can't heal Cowrie's body because Cowrie's body isn't under any kind of stress right now. And you're like, that's kind of strange. So then you go into Cowrie's soul, and you're like, okay, let's look for Cowrie's spirit within this body. And then, oddly enough, you recognize somewhere in the back of your head that Cowrie's spirit isn't within this body either. Olive, as you look down and you're able to see the syringe still planted into the base of Cowrie's neck, as you look down at that, a memory flashes back to you. And you remember that night at the Remembrance Buoys. And you have to imagine that whatever you experienced, whatever was unique to you, well, Cowrie's on a journey of their own.
I take the syringe out of their neck, and just, it just instinctively, like, while Yorda is casting this spell, I'm just holding their hand.
And as you hold onto their hand, as Yorda, you have your ginormous paws kind of on the center of their chest. As her, you look longingly into the overlapping streets of Livenleen. We will focus finally on Cowrie, who has been gurgling and kind of shaking in this form the whole time. And as we peer deep into whatever journey Cowrie is on, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
What the fuck?
Oh no!
What the fuck?
Oh no! It's been a bad day for R.O.A.C.H.Y, y'all.
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all having a good time. Yes! Yes. And yes.
This looks like an AJ moment if I've ever seen one.
It absolutely is, but, you know, maybe it's not, it's temporary.
Buddy!
Hopefully.
Anna's a conspiring conniving bitch.
I knew
We're-
this agency was never good.
We're the good guys. You know what the good guys always say.
Good guys never say we're the
We're
good
the
guys.
Wait,
Oh man, where are
wait,
they
that's
taking
going to
Rhyme?
the tiger's eye. We're gonna run into our other intrepid hero friends.
Bean. Bean.
Bean,
Bean,
bean.
Wait, we're gonna run into
Played by
Bean?
Kate
Where?
Jacobson.
Because we're supposed to go to the Tiger's Eye, and that's where everyone went after the fight in the moonlight.
That
to
also was
celebrate.
a month
Oh.
ago in game.
Oh,
No.
maybe he's still there.
Just never
Legend
left.
say.
His portrait will be in the arena.
Yes.
Bean in his glory.
But yes,
They partied for 3 months straight.
Rhyme's own agency came to collect. What
Oh
in the world is going on?
He's Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
They can't trust him.
Jason Bourne, it's Jesus Christ.
Well, like, and also, I hope it, and also, because by the way, like, shout out to Bardify on YouTube. It's basically like compilations of like music from Epidemic Sound. Highly recommend. This heist music is popping the fuck off. I feel like that set the
Yeah.
vibes perfectly. That's awesome. But yes, you guys realize that you are playing with organizations larger than any of you have comprehended up to this point.
Yup.
I knew they were bad. I always knew it. Rhyme.
What gave it away? Was it the was it the
Tattoos?
the inability to say anything about it?
No. It's just
Somehow I
NBA.
hadn't put it together. It just hadn't. If I thought about it, it might have, but it just didn't occur. To me.
Wait, hey, it's also important to recognize that, like, so because, like, I don't, like, and trust me when I say, like, I'm not making any kind of, like, real life statement when I say this. They're kind of like the CIA.
That's
They're
what I
like,
was
yeah.
just about to say. I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Like-
like, what kind of government agency do you really, really trust? Like, honestly.
where,
True.
Coast Guard.
where it's like, admittedly,
I don't know. They just seem
in
nice.
the Navy,
Not the Navy, just
Yeah.
the Coast Guard.
they just seem like pretty chill. But
The
yeah,
Navy was taken over by robots.
that is true. They got the Navy.
Not the Navy.
They got the spell breakers, not the spell breakers.
Who are they?
But yes, so Ryan's gonna take a little bit of a back seat for a little while.
What?
Just like Arthur.
But
Relax, you and
Moss is certainly not going to.
We're
so
we're
we'll
down-
see how that
Okay,
happens.
good.
We're down to ouchie. So-
We're
Ouchie.
It's more
The
like
last few sessions have been an ouchie.
Ochi.
Wait,
It's
Oaki?
Uchi. We're Uchi.
Or Oki.
No, there's no H.
Oki.
Wait.
O-C-H-Y. Oki.
Your
Kind
new
of,
character better
Wait,
start with
wait,
the
wait,
letter
wait, wait,
R.
hold on. I'm so stupid.
I'm
O-C-H-Y is what? Achi?
Achi. Yeah, Achi.
Achi.
She gave me Achi. But yeah, quick question, Darby. What the fuck was your plan to just stab the Spellbreaker? Now, I'm not knocking that, because that seems like a very cowardly thing to do, but what the fuck?
That
What?
was so good. That
started,
was amazing.
I started blasting.
Anyways.
I panicked in a big way, and I thought maybe I could kill her if I stabbed her really
You could have charmed.
hard.
You could have
With a
charmed her. You
D4
could have done
dagger?
anything.
Yeah, charm person did occur to me, and then I just stabbed her.
Darby, the only reason you would ever ask Yorda first is if you dead ass just said Rumble, let's go. Then I would have.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, if I want someone like who would be able, like physically able to stop these people, it would be Yorda. But also, if I don't want to tip off Anna in the meantime, I was like, Yorda's gotta be quiet.
He's so
I
quiet.
just love Anna was like,
I rolled good
like
for
your
stealth.
friends.
You did very, very good.
Wait, what
Was
did she get for perception? How did she
Team
see
up,
us?
big
She got a
ass
nat 20.
cat.
Oh.
So I'm not gonna
Don't
lie.
fuck
So, like,
with the Spellbreakers.
yeah, because maybe like the fucking like the thwipping tail of a Leonin in the prone position would be kind of noticeable.
But we were army crawling. We were army crawling.
It was more like it was more like if you were like a seal and you're like sliding on the ice, or like how a penguin flops down and slides.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was more like.
I've like stopped. I talked with Drew about this. I was like, I'm gonna let you decide when like big ice stuff happens. / I'm just not gonna like mention it as much because I wanted to show more so than tell. But the whole thing of like a foot of ice in the whole room is fucking metal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just think that's so cool.
Very
Horrifying.
cool.
Very cool.
We
Horrifying.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's
But-
scary.
So yeah, and also the idea of like this is an incredibly and also by the way, technology that you guys haven't seen before, that being like the basically like the smoke grenade tear gas. Basically, it's like this is an organization which is sitting on some powerful stuff that they're just choosing not to use, like both magically and physically. So.
Can't wait to take down a government organization. Very
Can't wait to
excited.
take down slavers and the CIA.
We're going there
Infiltrates
right
the
now.
CIA.
Go get Rhyme.
If we end up finding Rhyme also on the slaver isle, one of the slaver isles, I'm gonna lose it.
You think Rhyme could seriously be like kept on a slaver isle? They'd be like, no, sorry, this one like has the equivalent of rabies. We cannot let this one anywhere near anything magical. He will kill us all.
But yes, God, 3.5
Why is it in a
hours.
cage?
Troopers.
Yeah, it was a great
Yorda
session.
is down for pillaging and toppling of the system.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
do it. Let's do it.
But yeah.
Hey,
Pirate
Cab.
town everywhere.
Conquest.
Burn it all to the ground.
But yes, with all of that, with the temporary departure of Rhyme, with people coping with the
There
disappearing,
goes my hero.
Coping with the disappearance of Arthur, the horrifying meal at the Triple F Tavern, and your next location, just in sight. We will pick up there next time. But everybody that's watching, thank you so much. We deeply appreciate you. We hope you're having a good time. And we hope to see you next time in the Palm of the Fist. Much love, everybody. Goodbye.
Yar.
Bye.
Yar.
Happy 420!